Do It Capital with Dividends Apparel, a company that believes in creating a positive impact today and later. That's why 10% of our net profits go to organizations that are helping people help themselves. So when you buy our high-quality, unbeatably priced clothing, you're not just looking good, you're doing good. Visit dividendsapparel.com and get involved. Do It Capital with Dividends Apparel.
I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners home, they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission, trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.
Anyway, this shit be muting me. Welcome to the Lit House. Whatever you do, make sure you keep the light within you shining bright. You feel me? We gonna get right into this shit. Cause they on some bullshit trying to goddamn stop a nigga hustle. Like they trying to block my shit and fuck me up. But we ain't going for that. Home Meat TV hustles on a mission every day. Little RNR moment, rest and relaxation, real nigga reaction. And never forget, real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Hoe ass niggas gonna talk about it. And fuck niggas gonna hate regardless. I promise you that. So do your shit to the fullest, nigga. I don't give a fuck what they think. And you shouldn't either.
This video contains themes of violence, murder, and gang activity. Every effort has been made to censor and remove any clips that are against YouTube's community guidelines. If you're over 18 and want to see an uncut version of this video with everything that I can't show on YouTube, the director's cut is available exclusively to my supporters on patreon.com/traplawross. This video is in no way meant to glorify or glamorize the individuals, organizations, or activities discussed in this video. The goal of this video is to document the real-life tragedy behind one of the most popular artists in rap history. No disrespect is intended, and rest in peace to everyone in this video who lost their lives. On November the 11th, 2020, Melvin Noble, better known as the rapper MO3, was driving along the I-35 expressway in his native Dallas when a car boxes him in and a masked gunman jumps out. MO3 attempts to run for his life down the busy freeway, but he can't escape the gun-toting assassin who shoots MO3 multiple times, leaving him to die in the middle of the busy freeway with traumatized commuters witnessing the execution and the aftermath for hours to come. This was a brazen, broad daylight hit, and despite wearing masks, the alleged shooters' identities and affiliations would eventually be revealed to the world. But anyone who'd been following Mo3's career closely would know that he had been embroiled in years of beef in his city of Dallas, going back and forth with his enemies in fights, shootouts, and on social media, as well as in the lyrics of his songs, with fans and followers analyzing every move he made along the way. Mo3's death was sadly just the final chapter in a years-long back and forth between the city's two warring factions. And sadly, even after Mo3's shocking murder, the war in Dallas would continue to rage on. So today, let's take a closer look at Mo3, one of the most promising artists to ever emerge out of the city of Dallas, and the deadly feud which would sadly bring an untimely end to the rise of this potential superstar.
Blood, you ain't never had no fight, blood. You ain't never did nothing, blood. You scary. You scary.
Wherever you from, you will get hated the most. You know, most rappers die in their own city. It's a fact.
Shot me in my hand, grazed my back. Man, I got shot in the leg. I couldn't drive. They took me to the emergency. It's like he wasn't supposed to die yet. A comedian. He ain't no gangster. When I got in the casket, I said, damn, this is how it feels to be dead.
A Dallas rapper is dead today after he was shot on I-35. 28-year-old MO3.
Today's story takes place in Dallas, Texas. Combine that with the nearby Fort Worth and the areas surrounding it, and that makes up the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, or the DFW. With a population of around 7.5 million in total, this makes it the fourth largest metropolitan area in the United States. Now, the state's gun laws allow a holstered carry, which means that no license or permit is required to carry a firearm. So, as long as you're over the age of 21 and got no felonies, you can legally pack heat in Dallas and protect yourself from the city's many dangers. But make no mistake, as you're going to see in this story, people take those privileges seriously. Now, the murder rate in Texas per 1,000 people is exactly the same as the overall United States. But if we take a closer look at the city of Dallas, the average rate of violent crimes jumped significantly, with the number of murders per 1,000 people more than double the US average. And the city's crime index being a 5. And that's not a 5 out of 10, that's a percentage out of 100. And one potential reason for this above average crime rate could be the fact that the city of Dallas is considered a major United States drug market, being identified by the Justice Department as a leading distribution and transshipment hub for narcotics traveling in from Mexico and going to other parts of the United States, with the DEA and local cops constantly busting drug gangs in the city. Now, gangs and gangsters seem to operate all over Dallas, and as seems to be the case all over Dallas and America and even the world at large, eventually some of those talented members coming up out of gangs would eventually end up making music, with this music finally giving the world an insight into the real goings-on in the city's criminal underworld. And over the past 10 years, when it comes to gangster rap, there are two big names that have emerged from the DFW, coming from opposing sides of town, but equally talented. These names are MO3 and Yella Beezy. And unfortunately, as you're about to find out, despite hailing from the same city and sharing so much in common, these two individuals will grow to hate each other, with a deadly war spilling onto the streets of Dallas and into the music industry, with local citizens and fans hanging on to their every word. As a deadly war broke out, with these two battling rappers fighting to the death for the crown of who would be the hottest rapper in the city. So, to begin, let's head to the north side and tell the origin story of MO3. MO3 was born on the 31st of May 1992 in McKinney, Texas, before moving to North Dallas where he was brought up. Make no mistake, life growing up in North Dallas wasn't easy for MO3 and his family. After the departure of his father from the family home, his mother would raise the children alone, with MO3 coming up on a diet of noodles, or often no food at all. At times, MO3 and his family would even find themselves homeless with nowhere to sleep, resorting to charging their phones at the corner store. But MO3's mother was a generous woman in the community, and apparently she would frequently invite kids in the neighborhood who couldn't go back to their family home to stay with them, with MO3 and his brother having to fight over food and a spot to sleep in his own family home.
I got partners that my mama raised in the same house, like kids in the neighborhood that ran away from home, they end up at MO3 house. Even though this my house, like some of my partners will beat me to my house before I get there. They done already ate. They done already got their spot in the bed and everything. I gotta sleep on the floor. I gotta sleep on the couch. You know what I'm saying? So,
despite the generosity in this household, in school, MO3 couldn't afford books and suffered bad grades and bullying due to his shabby clothes. But MO3 was a hustler, and he would get jobs at a young age to help his mother financially, eventually deciding to pursue a path as a rapper after high school. But making something of himself would not be easy, coming up in some of the harshest streets of Dallas. Much like the nickname Chirac given to the gang-infested hoods of Chicago, where the violence is considered nearly as bad as the military conflicts going on in Iraq, MO3 claimed that the area of North Dallas where he grew up to be similarly dangerous, earning it the nickname Northghanistan.
So you grew up in Dallas?
Yeah.
Okay, North Dallas?
Yeah, in Afghanistan, man. Far as line I did.
Growing up in Northghanistan, it's no wonder that MO3 became acquainted with the streets at an early age, stealing his first gun from his cousin at the young age of 12 and beginning to stick people up.
I had my first gun when I was 12.
Okay.
I had a 25 with no clip. He ain't have a clip to it. I'm toting it. I'm thugging though, like I'm hopping out, no clip.
Just one in the chamber.
Ain't nothing in the
nothing.
I stole the gun from my cousin. I'm not thinking about you supposed to have bullets to the gun. You need the clip for the gun to work. I'm just thinking at the time I'm 12 years old, walking around the neighborhood with a gun.
Fortunately, he wasn't able to get his hands on any ammunition at this point, but eventually he would get caught with that gun by his mother. And from here, MO3 would go on to face his first aggravated robbery charge at just age 14. And he would continue to be in trouble with the law throughout his teens, claiming to have been through every correctional facility Dallas has ever built.
Did you ever get caught with it?
Yeah, my mama called, man, somebody seen me with it. Police came and took the goddamn gun, had it in the goddamn Ziploc bag. Like, so I caught my first aggravated robbery at 14. I've been on paper since 2006. I went through all the juvenile programs. I've been getting locked up since I was 13, 14. So like, I went through every correctional facility Dallas ever built.
Throughout MO3's teenage years, he would continue to have trouble, whether in juvenile detention centers or on the streets, even telling DJ Vlad in an interview that he can't even remember how many shootouts he's been in since he was 15.
I mean, if you were to count how many shootouts you've been in, and I don't care about the actual situation, but if you were to say how many times were you in an area where bullets are flying around you?
Shootouts I was 15, so too many. No, I said I've been in shootouts since I was 15. Let's stay up there. It's a lot.
You actually never got hit though?
Nah, thank God.
Mo3 would continue to catch cases and affiliate with local gangs, at some point becoming affiliated with the 5'9" bounty hunter Bloods, or 282, a blood gang set originally starting in Watts, Los Angeles, eventually making its way to Texas cities like Houston and Dallas, with Mo3 shouting out his gang in songs and interviews and frequently wearing red bandanas.
Salute me, man. 282, bounty hunter blood gang, man. Yeah, talk about real life hitters. Hey, just him. Real life hitters, man. You know what I'm saying? They just him, man. Real talk. He squad, man. Mafioso.
HSM would eventually become the name of his record label, but more on that later. Mo3 would tell Vlad TV that he eventually caught a big adult charge at the age of 17. 4 counts of aggravated robbery.
I caught 4 of them at 17. 4 aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. I went to TDC. First adult charge.
And to make matters worse, Mo3's mother attempted to put her own money up for lawyers' fees, ultimately losing everything in her fight for her son's freedom.
Lost everything. House, car, everything. She was living with my auntie. My mom used to say, I'm gonna lose my job. And I ain't understand it until she was like, every time a school called me or every time somebody called me and say, your son in jail, I gotta immediately get up and leave work. It really didn't hit me till I got in the cell.
Mo3 was initially facing a potential 45-year sentence, but in the end he would wind up getting 10, doing only 2 before being released on probation.
You managed to get 45 down to 2.
It's 10. I did 2 on the 10. You signed for 10-year sentence, came home on good behavior on the 2.
But it was during this stint in prison that Mo3 would settle on the career path that would eventually make him a star, revealing to Adam22 in a No Jumper interview that his father had visited him in jail, telling him that he should rap about his experiences in the streets rather than continuing to live the life of crime.
When you get out, instead of doing what you're doing, rap about it. Right, rap about it, what you mean? Put your life in the music. Rap about it. You ain't got to do it no more. Just rap about it. It's better to rap about it than do it, because you ain't hurting nobody.
Mo3 was a natural rapper and singer, but until this point, he had never even considered a career in music as a serious prospect. He would sing in church as a child, but ultimately got too wrapped up in the streets as a teenager to take music seriously.
My mama had me in the church. Like, my daddy been rapping. My mama was singing, my daddy rapping, so I sang and rap. So it was like, it's always been natural, like from the go, like way before we got in the studio. I used to want to be the hot boys when I was little, you know what I'm saying, like Cash Money. But I ain't, that's when I was little. You get what I'm saying? But like when I grew up, by the time I hit 14, I don't know, it was out here in the street, so it was like all that was fantasy.
Fortunately, after nearly losing 45 years to the streets, and with his father's wise words in his ear, Mo3 would get out of jail and begin taking a career in the rap game seriously, beginning to record early music and mixtapes that would eventually make him one of the most famous names to come out of the city of Dallas. And it was around 2014 that Mo3 began picking up attention, both from fans and from former enemies in the streets. One of Mo3's earliest songs in the rap game came out on the 14th of August 2013 on the HSM or Hit Squad Music YouTube channel. This was a track called Hold Your Tongue, a remix of Texas rapper Mr. Lucci's song Half Steppin'. This was an incredible debut, with Mo-K showcasing his versatility straight out the gate, crooning a catchy sung chorus and then hitting the listener with a lyrical onslaught in the rapped verses. But of course the subject matter of the song couldn't be ignored either, and Mo3 was clearly taking his father's advice on board, filling the track with references to the gun-toting street life and singing on the chorus for his enemies to hold their tongue, because if they say something Mo3 doesn't like, you might just lose your life. This was a strong start to a career as a gangster rapper, and from here Mo3 would continue grinding, singing and rapping about his life in the streets, which was a much better option than actually getting caught up in them. Eventually Mo3 was ready to drop a video for his breakout track, and the video for Hold Your Tongue would be released, this time using the visuals as well as the lyrics to paint a picture of life in the mean streets of Dallas, with Mo3 appearing in an intro where him and the HSM crew kidnap an op and are seen holding them hostage in a house. In addition to these scenes straight up out of a gangster movie, the video would also be filled with stylish shots of Mo3 and his homies riding around the city in donks and lowriders. And of course he had his goons toting a whole bunch of guns in the video too. Mo3's career was off to a good start, and everyone could see the talent and potential. In fact, Mo3 claimed that as soon as he recorded the song, the producer knew they had a hit and was pushing him to record even more.
I said, bro, just do it. He bade that. I went in there and spit that. But like, bro, you cold. You icy. Like, you know what I'm saying? What else can I make for you? There, me and him be at the relationship right there. What else can I make for you? So boom, like after that, it started circulating, man.
And so, Mo3 would go on to record song after song, eventually releasing his debut mixtape Shotters on the 3rd of September 2014, inspired by the 2002 Jamaican gangster epic of the same name, which Mo3 says is his favourite movie. Shotters was a 20-track lyrical onslaught from Mo3 where he raps all about the drug dealing and gun-toting life that he has lived on the streets of Dallas. And at this point, he was building up a big reputation in the city as one of the big street rappers on the rise to watch out for. But it would be his next release that would truly put him on the map and on the charts. As his next release, Shotters Reloaded, coming out on the 20th of November 2015 on the HSM YouTube channel, and later getting an official commercial release on the 5th of April 2016, would include Mo3's next breakout song, All the Way Down, which got its own music video on June the 30th, 2015. Yet another great example of Mo3's versatility on the mic. He would sing on the chorus about the struggles that he had to go through to keep the lights on and feed his family, then launching into a verse where he swings effortlessly from singing notes about shooters having Rugers to rapping about the haters in his city beginning to target him. Mo3 was beginning to get recognition in his city and from the country as a whole. Shotters Reloaded went on to peak at number 23 on the Billboard R&B and Hip Hop Albums charts, staying on that chart for 26 weeks. And Mo3 would admit himself that this was the project that put him on the map, with most of his fans seeing this as his first real project in the rap game.
But Shotters Reloaded is what broke everything. Like, so people take like Shotters Reloaded, they look at that like that's the first one. You know what I'm saying? That's the second one. You know what I'm saying? So.
By this point, Mo3 was making big money off the rap game, taking to social media to show off his cars, guns, and money.
Big farm whipping, you understand me? Yeah. Panoramic roofs, panoramic roofs. I got 7 cars. Yeah, man. Quit playing, man. This is how we really living, man. You know, big money, big everything, yeah. Big diamonds, big rollers, big jewels. Y'all walk in my house, see me, man. Y'all walk in my house, I see me, man. Quit playing, man. You look real good, man. My view look real good, man. My view look real good, man.
Clearly, Mo3 was grinding and making a name for himself on the Dallas rap scene. And while the charts and the fans were beginning to take notice, so too were the streets. As Mo3 would later tell DJ Vlad that his enemies from the streets started hating on him when he started making it in rap, suggesting that they thought it would be easy to bring their street feuds into the rap game.
That I used to get into when I was right here at this level. Even when that beef was dead, once I got here, they just restarted it all over again. You know what I'm saying? This was a perfect time for them to be on. This was a perfect time for them to be heard, and you know, and it was like easy. It was right up their alley. Like we done already beat from Mo3 before when he was just that Mo3. It ain't gonna be hard. You get what I'm saying? Like.
Whilst Mo3's impressive versatility on the mic made him one of the most buzzing artists in the Dallas rap scene, he wasn't the only one. Sadly, it's often the case in rap that when two big artists come out of the same city, rather than getting along and lifting their city up musically together, often there emerges a bitter rivalry and battle over the top spot in that respective city. And when it comes to Dallas, the other big name that rings bells in the city is Yella Beezy. Born and raised in Oak Cliff, Dallas, an area with a dark history of murder, with it actually being the area where JFK's assassin Lee Harvey Oswald lived and planned the murder, Beezy would come up in these troubled streets, later telling Adam 22 in a No Jumper interview that he was a troubled kid who couldn't do anything right until he found his calling in rap music.
So you were getting in trouble a lot while you were young, or?
Yeah, I did.
Anything in particular?
Everything. I was getting kicked out of school like 7th, 8th grade. That's why I feel like the music part was my calling, because like I couldn't do nothing else. Right, but music at the time, you know what I'm saying?
Yella Beezy had it hard coming up too. When he was just age 12, his father was murdered outside their family home on Mother's Day, with him revisiting the scene of that killing in a harrowing 2019 documentary for XXL.
Right here, this is the house when my daddy got killed at. I was 12. I was turning 13 that October. And she was like, something happened to your daddy. Yes, crept up behind her, hit him up. And like he was like laying, I think they said he was laying like on his back with his legs up type. I be replaying that night in my head like all the time. It's like my first time ever just getting out at this motherfucker since then.
As a teenager, after the killing of his father, Beezy got involved in the streets and became affiliated with local Rollin' 60s Crip gangs, another gang originating in Los Angeles and eventually spreading to the streets of Dallas. As he got older, Beezy would end up working in the drug trade to provide for his family after the loss of his father. But since finding his calling in the rap game, he would find an alternative route to the money that his family needed to survive. And at just...
Hold on, man. Hold on. Damn, I didn't know that. So he was affiliated with the Rolling 60s too. So the Fed's just rolling on all the 60s right now. So if your ass got some shit going on, and you one of them, you fucked up with them, hey, man, boy, hey, they might be on. They might be on the way.
At 13, Beezy would begin rapping after being inspired by Baton Rouge rappers Boosie Badass and Kevin Gates. Yella Beezy would release his first mixtape at just age 14, titled Mash Mode Overload. And in 2012, he would drop his second mixtape, Lil Yella Mane. From here, he would continue grinding and dropping freestyles like this 2014 freestyle on Say Cheese. But he would land his first hit in the rap game in 2015 with the track Trappin' Designer. Beezy claimed in a XXL interview that Dallas is a fashion city, and the concept of a song all about designer clothes appealed to the many fashionable hustlers in the city of Dallas. Trappin' Designer would end up on his 2017 mixtape, Broke Nights, Rich Days. But it didn't come along with a music video, and despite catching a little buzz on Dallas radio and in the clubs, it would be Beezy's next single, That's On Me, that would make him a star in Dallas and the whole of America. Recorded in March 2017 but released in October, Yella Beezy later told Adam22 on No Jumper that he threw out the song with a basic music video and the city threw their support behind him and the song.
So when That's On Me came out, did you like release it as a single? You knew that was a special song?
I actually just threw it out there because I thought it was another song on my tape that was going to do it because it had like more of a club energy.
Right, because I was reading about how it kind of popped off on the radio before it popped off on streaming services.
Yeah.
How did that work out? That's very rare now.
It was like everybody was trying to team up or just trying to help each other to get somebody to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
Dallas radio stations would put Yella Beezy's song in rotation, pushing him as the next hometown hero. And this would work. The video for That's On Me today sits over 20 million views, and the song eventually spent 20 weeks on the Billboard charts, peaking at number 56. Helped in no small part by the all-star remix of the track, which came out and racked up a staggering 272 million YouTube views. With the remix of the track coming along with verses from the likes of 2 Chainz, T.I., Rich the Kid, Jeezy, Boosie, and another emerging local talent relevant to this story, Trap Boy Freddy. Trap Boy Freddy has become a Dallas rap icon in his own right, growing up with an affiliation to a Dallas gang by the name of DF Dub.
Speak on DF Dub, man. How did that form? How old was you?
I was like 14 then. DF Dub, down for whatever AK, don't do it. You know what I mean? They were everything up forward.
Freddie was truly a trap boy from a young age, apparently opening up his first trap house at just 14 years old and making $500,000 from the streets before even becoming a serious rapper.
Name Trap Boy. I started calling myself Trap Boy when I was 14, got my first spot.
Well, how much money do you think you accumulated over the years by hustling?
I would have saved all of it. Down to have about $500,000 by now.
And Freddie is a close friend of Yella Beezy. In fact, still his biggest song to date is his appearance on the remix of Yella Beezy's monster hit That's On Me. But don't be fooled, Trap Boy Freddy has carved his own place in the Dallas rap history books too. First coming to prominence off the back of a series of mixtapes, kicked off in 2016 with the release of Fourth Quarter on the 4th of July. A project coming with an impeccable cover art where Freddy's face is superimposed on a giant pile of cocaine being poured from a brick onto a scale. I can't lie, that's probably one of the best cover arts that I've ever seen for a drug dealer rapper. Now that project featured appearances from both Yella Beezy and Boosie Badass on the track Mind Your Business, a drug dealing anthem where Trap Boy Freddy and Boosie would tag team the mic with aggressive bars about slinging dope in their hoods and telling nosy folks to mind their business. Clearly music or trapping was working out for Freddy because he would be seen interviewed on Say Cheese 2 days after that tape's release, flexing what he says was $80,000 in jewelry. Freddy's first mixtape was followed by Overtime in July 2017, with that followed by Trap Boy Freddy Krueger 3 in February 2018. And this project would feature one of Freddy's biggest songs, the Posse Cut 6 Pick, featuring 6 local artists, Trap Boy Freddy, Yella Beezy, Lil CJ Casino, Lil Ronnie, Sleazy Beezy, and another name important to this story, Go Yayo. Hailing from Fort Worth, Texas, Go Yayo was first introduced to the world as a rapper in January 2014, uploading the music video for his track Don't Trip to YouTube. A strong debut, using auto-tune to make melodic raps about his life, packing pistols, trapping and making money. He'd go on to make mixtapes like No MO3 Yayo, the hard-hitting street track Boom in November 2015, the stick-toting anthem Damn It Man, and his tape Super Saiyan Yayo in in 2016. This featured the track Me with Mo3, and in fact, Go Yayo was originally friends with Mo3, working alongside him numerous times. Go Yayo and Mo3 would be seen on Facebook together as early as December 2015, with Go Yayo even being invited to perform with Mo3 and Young Dolph at a December 2015 show at Onyx. Now, some people suggested that there was some tension brewing between these two crews on stage, with some fans pointing out that it looked suspiciously like Go Yayo and his team were trying to nudge Mo3 off the stage, with Mo3 eventually leaving the stage with his manager. Some would suggest that this moment was the true beginning of tension between these two crews, with Mo3 feeling disrespected about how he was treated on the stage. But regardless, Go Yayo clearly wanted the limelight for himself, and through into 2016, he would continue dropping videos for more tracks like I Don't Know, but even by April 2016, Go Yayo was still getting booked to perform at shows alongside Mo3 and Boosie. He would continue to carve a name out for himself in the city, dropping aggressive bangers like the track Boom God. However, Go Yayo would soon become a celebrity in Dallas for reasons beyond his rap, because in May 2016, he would randomly pop up, apparently without permission, speaking at a middle school.
See, I dropped out of school. I was actually the kid that dropped out of school. I feel like it's the worst thing I ever did, because once I was like 14, not going to school no more. Once I'm looking at everybody, I'm bored at the house. Like, where everybody at? Because I'm hanging with the older kids. Like, damn, all my home was at. You know where they was at? School.
And it's funny because almost by accident, in this impromptu middle school speech, we kind of get an insight into Go Yayo's early life, dropping out of school and hanging out with the older kids in the streets. He really is trying to give these kids a lesson and tell them how not to make certain mistakes that he did. He goes on to tell the kids that they need an education to get money, and that choosing the streets was the worst thing that he did, and all he wants to do is make his mother proud.
I'm talking about you can't get no money not going to school. You gotta go out to school, get a job. You gotta do all that, go to college, live life, have fun. I chose the streets, and it was the worst thing I did. I got shot when I was 14. My cousin got smoked, and it's just I made a bunch of bad decisions. When I chose to rap, it saved my life. Now I got money, cars, I can do what I want to. But I really wish I went to school, because my mama can't. Your mama not gonna be proud of you in the streets, going to jail, going or die, or something like that. Your mama can't be proud of that.
Yayo would even go as far as to disavow guns and violence in his music, explaining it as just an image.
Other than that, like, the streets not where it's at. I know y'all heard a lot of my songs, y'all see guns and hear me say a lot of gang stuff and all that. But that's just an image we gotta put on, because, I'm a rapper. So we gotta, you gotta flex a little bit. But I want y'all to know I'm just humble. I'm 19. I'm supposed to be out of high school 2 years ago. We'll see where I'm at right now. And then you little boys, y'all stay in school, play sports or something. You ain't gotta be no thug, you ain't gotta be no gangster to be cool.
Now, I personally think there was a pretty good message in there, but some of the locals didn't agree, which, to be fair, might have had something to do with the fact that at the end of the speech, he got all of the kids to chant Hood Fame Gang.
On the count of 3, on 3, we're gonna say Hood Fame, gang. 1, 2, 3. Now, on 3, we're gonna say stay in school on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stay in school! Gang.
Soon after this, naturally, Go Yayo found himself in hot water on the local news.
By the sounds of it, you'd think this was the start of a concert. But what you're seeing in these YouTube videos was actually a pep rally for the STAR test at Morningside Middle School in Fort Worth. And this was the man hyping up the kids, a local rapper named Go Yayo.
And you not people, almost as if he time traveled there through some sort of enchanted backwards. None other than Charleston White popped up on the news to complain about Go Yayo corrupting the local youth.
Still in awe, I'm still in shock.
Charleston White and Jesse Taylor, who run a local mentoring nonprofit, are amongst those calling foul on Fort Worth ISD.
I got shot when I was 15. My cousin was murdered all over this rap stuff.
Wondering why the school would bring this person to speak to middle schoolers.
Very distasteful. Very extremely distasteful. And someone should be held accountable.
I'll be honest, I was researching this video. I was not expecting Charleston White to pop up, so that had to go in there, but we will be seeing a lot more from him as this story goes on. Anywho, Go Yayo clearly didn't have it easy growing up. He came up in a Crip-affiliated neighborhood, with death being a common sight even as a child.
Yeah, I'm from Southside, Crip neighborhood. I just seen, like, my cousin got smoked in my face.
Your cousin got killed right in front of you?
Right next to me.
with him later telling DJ Vlad in an interview that he was actually facing 20 years for attempted murder at the young age of 18, ultimately being lucky enough to finesse it down to a lesser charge. With this 100 IQ legal move apparently being the result of a relationship that he was having with a much older woman who was a top dog lawyer.
They gave you a plea deal of 20 years.
20 years. I was going with this grown woman. I was 18. I was going with a woman that was 31. She went and got me. He tried to conquer it for a word type. My lawyer got it dropped down from attempted murder to deadly conduct.
Okay, so you had to accept that.
Signed for a year. Got it.
Ultimately, Dallas was a dangerous city with an underworld of gang conflict that many young men had been sucked into at a young age. But fortunately, as Go Yayo said in his middle school speech, rap has given these young men a way out, rapping to make money and make their mothers proud, getting them out of the dangerous situations that they were forced to be around growing up. But sadly, as this story plays out, we'll see the sad consequences of the city's biggest rappers coming out of gangs, because even with fame and fortune, the squabbles between these Texas titans of raps would continue on, with each artist getting bigger in the rap game and getting more wealthy, but ultimately having much more to lose. There's a few more important people to discuss before we talk about the beef between MO3 and Yella Beezy, because there's several other neutral parties that will play a big role in this story. Sean Cotton from Say Cheese, for example, a prolific interviewer who would essentially become the DJ Vlad or Zach TV of Dallas, interviewing both sides of the beefing local rap scene and inadvertently getting right in the middle of the feud, eventually even picking up the attention of the local media for giving a voice to the gang members coming out of his city.
A Fort Worth man is making a living going into neighborhoods most find unsafe to tell stories about gang life. Sean Cotton runs the YouTube channel Say Cheese TV and regularly visits high crime neighborhoods looking for stories about street gangs and gang-affiliated rappers. 28-year-old quit his $7 per hour job cleaning refrigerators 6 years ago to document gang life, and now he makes up to $15,000 a month with his YouTube channel. He also has deals with advertisers and rap labels through his work on Instagram. But danger is part of the job. Cotton wears a bulletproof vest and got a license to carry after a well-known Chicago blogger, Zach Stoner, was killed doing the same work just last year.
My wear, for safety reasons, after my homie Zach TV, got killed, I kind of took in consideration to be more safe when I'm out in, poverty areas doing interviews.
Cotton says that he gives rappers like 30 Rich the chance to change the narrative about his lifestyle, and he provides an unfiltered look at how life and rap music can intersect in the toughest neighborhoods in our country. Critics, though, say these types of videos glorify gang violence, but Cotton says the rewards outweigh the risks.
Sean Cotton would actually say himself in an interview with Boss Talk 101 that he came up with the likes of MO3, Yella Beezy, and Trap Boy Freddy.
MO3. MO3, Yella, and all the stuff that happened with Trap Boy and all that. Every time I would hear about that, I would hear Sean Cotton is the one that was in the middle of that.
No, it was because I came up with all three of them. So you got to understand.
And I remember that. I remember you the only one that interviewed them that I really could think of.
I would interview somebody and then they'd be like, no, that's not true. Let me get an interview. Let me tell my piece. And that's how it really came about.
Essentially, Sean Cotton, in an attempt to put the spotlight on the rappers coming up in his city, may have accidentally given them an outlet to air out their grievances with each other, starting out in the early days with a nasty habit of frequently asking Texas rappers to name the top 5 rappers in their area.
Overall, your favorite top 5 down the street artists right now?
Freddie, Lowe's, Libido, K-Rilla, the Potato Pillar, my mother Soda, my mother Fat Pimp. Shout out to man.
You'll be blowing up your phone after this joint.
I ain't worried about it, but I call my phone though. Real talk, man.
In the beginning, there wasn't as much tension between the rappers in the city. MO3, Yella Beezy, and Trap Boy Freddy had been seen in pictures together, seemingly on good terms before things took a turn for the worst. And MO3 told Sean Cotton that Freddy was someone from the streets that he felt close enough to talk with at this period.
Freddy, like, you know what I'm saying? I chop it up with my, like, off the rap, you know what I'm saying? Off the radar, that rap, you know what I'm saying? Really around, so that's the only really that get in there, get in there, and we gonna really, you know what I'm saying, get in there and come up with something, no charge added type.
It seemed like only when some of the biggest names in Dallas had emerged from the streets, beginning to get fame and fortune and radio play, that the tension begun to rise. Mo3 would claim that his fame in the rap game caused a lot of people to bring their old beefs from the streets into the record industry. Meanwhile, Go Yayo had claimed that when he blew up in music, other people in his city got hypnotized with hatred.
I'm going to school with, we used to be real close to where real beef now just because you still stuck in the one situation, but I'm in the same city, but I'm living like this, and I'm doing this.
This is actually a line that Southern rap legend Boosie, with close ties to the Dallas rap scene, would famously say to DJ Vlad, suggesting that when rappers get famous, the biggest haters come from their own native city.
Wherever you from, you will get hated the most. You know, most rappers die in their own city. It's a fact.
And ironically, Boosie himself would even find himself right in the middle of the Dallas rap beef too. Things were good at the start, with Boosie sharing the stage with local rap stars like Mo3 and Go Yayo. Boosie was really looking at Dallas as a potent talent pool where he might sign artists. Boosie would even appear in an early Mo3 vlog, meeting him at a meet and greet and expressing interest in signing him.
Oh, that's TQ talking about you want sign, huh? Say you gonna make me some money. Oh, my big brother say you selling out shows around here. I gotta check you out, man. I gotta check. Let's get us a flick, man. I ain't heard, TQ called to me today saying do open it up for you. We thinking about signing. It ain't nobody there. Yeah. That's what I need. I need an artist from Dallas. When I ain't getting the money, he can be getting all the money.
I'm ready to see that real street.
All the way, like all the way. Gangland. Yeah, they say selling out show. My brother called me this morning like, from Dallas, man. This guy no love. Yo, man. So I'm be checking him out tonight. I'm gonna do this nigga. We might be signing this.
This moment clearly meant a lot to Mo3, who had previously called Boosie one of his favorite people to emerge from the rap game.
Growing up, Boosie was your favorite rapper.
He's still my favorite rapper.
Still your favorite rapper.
He's my favorite rapper. He's my favorite street. He's my favorite person. He's not a rapper.
And after making a personal connection with Boosie Badass, Mo3 would begin to refer to himself as Mo3 Badass, with the name appearing in an alternative cover art to his breakout mixtape Shotters Reloaded. And from there, continuing to release music with Boosie's blessing, like his next project, 4 Indictments, which would feature a collaboration between the two, the track What She Said, an explicit thug love anthem, which I have no doubt had the ladies of Dallas's panties thoroughly moistened. I've heard Boosie Cologne has the same effect. Anywho, while Mo3 is developing his career and forging deep ties with the rap legend Boosie Badass,
Hey, that was a smart move by you. You know what I'm saying? You get some advertisement dollars by throwing that Boosie shit, the cologne shit in there.
Beezy is pushing his forward too. Off the back of his street hit Trap in Designer, he was picking up some buzz, playing shows and doing interviews. And of course, checking in with Sean Cotton on his channel, Say Cheese, to reveal his top 5 Dallas rappers at the time too, naming himself, Trapboy Freddy, Go Yayo, Lil Ronnie, and Mo3 in his top 5.
There's no reason why you shouldn't. When motherfuckers coming to this city, bro, I bet you I'm one of the names they gonna talk about when they speak on the city.
Yellow Beezy, give me your top 5.
You Freddy. Yeah.
Notice that both of them boys put Freddie first. Freddie must have some shit. Freddie was fired.
You said DFW, just that.
DFW.
Lil Yayo. Mo3, and I can't forget Lil Ronnie.
Right. Clearly at this point he had a lot of respect for his Texas rap peers, but the rap game is competitive, and clearly Yella Beezy saw himself as a first among equals. He was later seen in vlogs outside shows in September 2016, saying that this is his city.
If y'all don't know, traveling in the line, y'all already know how we doing, y'all understand me? Oak Cliff motherfucker here. Yellow motherfucker. Beezy, man, we in here, man. Y'all see what this my city, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Oak Cliff America, that stand on that, man, for real.
Beezy was still a few months away from dropping his monster hit, That's On Me, but through to the end of 2016, he would continue pushing his music forward, dropping his Light Work mixtape on the 7th of October 2016, which included the hit track Going Through Some Fangs, which sits at 50 million views on YouTube today, with the track including lyrics where Yella Beezy says that people in his city are hating on him because his team are on the rise. The Light Work mixtape was followed by Broke Nights Rich Days on February the 3rd, 2017, and going into 2017, it seemed that everybody in the Dallas rap scene was beginning to see success. Gangsta Love, Mo3's latest mixtape with a female focus, released on Valentine's Day 2017, even coming along with a feature called Gangsta with Trapboy Freddy. And the month after this released, it was announced that Mo3 Badass had signed a full-blown record deal with Epic Records. Mo3 was on his way to the top of the rap game and becoming a household name in Dallas. But behind the scenes, there had been some tension brewing. On May the 2nd, 2017, Mo3 appears in a Say Cheese interview, claiming to have had a misunderstanding with Yella Beezy, but suggesting that they're cool now after having met up and had a discussion.
Yeah, he cool, you know what I'm saying? We had a misunderstanding. You know, it can be miscommunication a lot of times, you know. Sure, he says, I says, but once we pulled up, I told him pull up on me. I was in the cliff one day. I had just got back from Atlanta with Boosie. And I told him when I get back, come holler at me. He pulled up on me at Motown. You know, we chopped it up. We just got a whole bunch of misunderstood out the way, you know, that we did.
Mo3 would go on to say that him and his homies play Connect 4 and bet big money on it, suggesting that he had taken Trapboy Freddy for a large amount gambling.
Anyone won't see me in Connect 4, we bet big money, like not real talk. $500 bet, $1,000 games, you know what I'm saying? Ask Freddy, man.
Say Cheese would also ask Mo3 about his top 5 rappers in the city, and he just puts himself straight at number 1, no discussion.
If top 5 in the city, what would you rate yourself at right now?
Number 1.
Okay.
I ain't taking nothing else from nobody else. I'm just saying. You know.
I mean, I'm gonna give a few that was already sitting. They said they right now.
Nah, I understand, but you know, numbers don't lie. Yeah, man. You know.
Anyway, Mo3 was saying that he kind of squashed this beef with Yella Beezy, but also showing his own competitive streak at the same time. A lot of the beef between these rising Dallas legends would remain behind the scenes around this period. But only a few months after signing his record deal with Epic, on one fateful night, tragedy would strike, changing the course of Mo3's career forever. On the 27th of May 2017, Mo3 attended a concert at Club Phantom in Fort Worth, celebrating his birthday a few days early. But unfortunately, things would take a turn for the worse that evening, with gunfire erupting in the club just before 4 a.m. and a 31-year-old man by the name of Hector Wilkins, aka Lil Half or Heck, being shot in the upper torso, later dying in hospital. And police would later claim that this was a gang-related killing. Mo3 himself would later be arrested in connection with this shooting in an early morning raid on his home, even later breaking down the surprise raid in an interview with Cam Capone.
I heard a knock at the door. I mean, it was just me and my son. Damn. I heard beating at the door. Boom, boom. I'm like, before I even walked to the door, it hit me. I knew. I was like, oh, okay, okay. They was gonna kick the in, so I was like, hold up. So right when I opened the door, it's AR-15, big flag lights, and me and my son face. Get on there, get on there. They took the baby.
They took the baby?
Took him out my hand and threw me on the ground. Looking for guns. Man, so.
Mo3 was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, with bond set at $100,000. And he would even do a phone-in interview from jail to Say Cheese, with a title suggesting that he was facing 30 years if convicted. Mo3 would even claim that the cops were fans of him and they let him drive to jail in his own Tahoe truck, even letting him stop at McDonald's on the way, suggesting that he was greeted in jail like Tupac Shakur.
Hey man, but they was fans, man. They let me ride. They put me in the car. They let me ride Tahoe. Took me to McDonald's and got me a sausage and eggs, man. But they booked me in, man. I came in the bitch like Pac, man. I came in the like Pac. Come down, man. For real, man. Yeah, man. King of the city, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, nigga, Pac ain't even coming that bitch.
During the call, Mo3 also revealed to Sean Cotton that he had spent tens of thousands of dollars on a lawyer already.
Hey, so I talked to one of your. I talked to your people,
like,
and he said that you spent a lot of money on a lawyer, like $56,000. Is that true?
Yeah, man. Look, man. I dropped 60 for the Fort Worth. Man. I dropped 50 racks, man, just from the Fort Worth. Man, that's just from that, man. Yeah, man. Now I gotta spend another 10 to get out. That's another 10 to get out, man. That's another 10 to get out. Then gonna drop another 10 to fight.
With Mo3 later revealing to DJ Vlad that he had spent over $90,000 on lawyer fees and essentially went broke trying to beat this case.
And I guess you spent like $90,000 in lawyer and court fees.
Yeah. I couldn't buy my son no Similac milk. No $13 can of milk.
Ultimately, Mo3 said that the police were following.
There's niggas right now that can't do that. Y'all niggas motherfucking handle y'all business, man.
Rumors on social media suggesting that he was responsible for the shooting, but the charges were ultimately dropped.
People were saying MO3 did this, MO3 did this, MO3 did this. You know, once somebody say your name so many times, you know that's who they gonna come get. It's over.
It's over.
No case.
Okay.
There's no case. It's the person with the name gonna get the blame. You get what I'm saying?
But things weren't all good for Mo3, because apparently due to the negative attention he got from this incident, Epic Records decided to distance themselves from him.
They didn't want nothing to do with me.
Oh, because the shooting incident.
Yeah.
And after his split with Epic, the following year in October, Mo3 would release the song True Story, where he seemed to address the incident. The video came along with an eerie introduction where we see a dead Mo3 in the morgue, whilst the mortician tells somebody on the phone that he was killed in his own city.
I don't know, I think it's some rapper. He got shot.
That's another thing too, man. I know a couple niggas that did this shit and put images of themselves like dead or dying and shit in their videos, right? And they like not too long after that, they end up passing like some shit happened and they fucking dead, like for real. Like rest up, that nigga Mohawk Munchie. That nigga did that shit too. He from my city. He ain't even from my city. He just from around this area and shit. Niggas know him from, but he did that same shit. And I even do videos and shit. So when niggas come to me with ideas like that, I steer clear from it. You feel me? It was me and my little niggas. These little niggas, really it was my partner. Little niggas are my partner. A client that ended up being one of my partners and shit. You know what I'm saying? Long Lil Smurf. His little niggas, BTD, Born to Die Records. That's another thing. I ain't like the name and shit. I was telling him about that. But before I even got to all that shit with them little niggas, them niggas had music, them niggas working, nigga was trying to do something. But the nigga label was Born to Die Records, and they was trying to do a movie, and I had this idea, like, all right, boom, let's do the movie. All right, we're coming up ideas and shit like that. And the shit's kind of fucked up because one of the motherfucking plots to the movie was being that the label name is Born to Die Records. Somebody ultimately got to end up being, you know what I'm saying? That's the motivation between niggas, you know what I'm saying? Going hard and making that shit happen, you feel me? Long live my nigga Dirty Red, man. We ain't even get to film. We ain't even get that far in the shit. And he ended up being one of the ones, like, he ended up getting shot in the head at 13. Like, that shit fucked me up, and that shit kind of took me out of my video shit for a minute. So, yeah, if you can see like a large decrease in me doing videos from motherfucking 2017, around that shit when that shit happened, to like 2020 and shit. Like I ain't feel like fucking with shit no more like that. You know what I'm saying? That shit fucked me up. It still fucked me up. I ain't gonna cop. Long live that nigga Dirty.
Heading home in his own city.
And over the course of this prophetic video, we would see Mo3 himself rapping next to a coffin and his own grave, which of course represents his own death, as well as rapping lyrics that appear to reference the shooting in Fort Worth, saying that he damn near lost his life that night, and going on to rap about being blamed for the murder, suggesting that the situation was a setup and it was nearly him that got killed, saying others in his position would have done the same thing. He would rap that he'll kill before he becomes a victim, and Mo3 later told Cam Capone in an interview before his death that this was the last shootout he was in, and that he still loves Fort Worth despite this incident.
Shout out to Fort Worth. I still love the phone. I ain't got no problem. I ain't got nothing against them. You get what I'm saying? No, night gone bad. and you know, somebody died.
It's never been fully revealed to the public exactly what happened that night, but some have connected the dots. And considering Go Yayo hails from Fort Worth, and that there'd previously been tension brewing between them on stage, putting two and two together, many believe that this altercation had something to do with the tension between Mo3's HSM crew and Go Yayo's Hood Fame crew. Story goes, Mo3 and Go Yayo had been on opposite sides of the club that night, yelling and throwing gang signs in each other's direction. Apparently, at a certain point, Mo3's threats towards Go Yayo were interpreted as a diss towards the entire city of Fort Worth, causing that nightclub full of Fort Worth natives to turn on Mo3. Allegedly, at this point, he had tried to escape the club, being escorted out by his manager, ultimately with an exchange of gunfire erupting and a man being left dead. After the incident, an Instagram post, apparently from the victim's sister, would confirm that her brother got shot 8 times because of Go Yayo and Mo3 beefing at the club. And Mo3 himself would even release a statement from his Facebook account under the alias Marcus Mack, saying that he prays the victim pulls through, but he's not the one to blame, saying that a lame local rapper set him up and that he had to defend himself against a whole club, but he doesn't know anything about a shooting, and now he has the cops on his case.
Damn, buddy got shot 8 times.
While later, Dallas comedian Roy Lee would also weigh in on the drama between these two rapping rivals, saying in a real-life interview that Mo3 is up against the whole of Dallas and Fort Worth.
We have right now the Mo3 and Go Yayo situation, man. What's your take on that?
Man, that's crazy, man. It's like Mo3 against Dallas and Fort Worth. Ain't nobody on my side.
Roy Lee went on to suggest that Mo3 was in the club in Fort Worth when the whole club turned on him after somebody stood up and called him out, even joking that he would have shot women and kids to get out of that situation.
You gotta think about where he was at. You know what I'm saying? You way out there, and somebody get on the table and say, he said, here. Nah. So the whole club against you? All right, when I get back to the car, I'm shooting kids or whoever. Y'all better move y'all out the way.
Roy Lee would go on to say that Mo3 is at the stage in his career that he needs real armed security.
If you got enough money, get a police officer out of this. Yeah. You need some money that's bigger than you and taller than you to say move, get out the way. Yeah, can really walk with choppers.
Clearly, a lot of tension was brewing in the DFW, and going forward, unfortunately, things would only escalate further with yet more lives being lost. And unfortunately for Roy Lee, despite being a comedian, his comments would find him caught up too, right in the middle of a Dallas gang war. The Dallas comedian Roy Lee had been a close friend of Mo3's during his come-up. Mo3 said that
yeah, that was fucked up, man. That nigga that got shot, he had took a leg shot and he was fucked up for a while, but you could still die. Like, he ended up dying from his injuries while he was healing and shit, because that shit's serious, bro. You could fucking get blood. Like, you could, if you shot above your knee, a leg shot above your knee can kill you. The more you know.
That he became a fan of Roy Lee's comedy after watching clips of his in the studio, with the two of them eventually meeting and becoming good friends.
I said on my downtime, I'm watching videos of him, you know what I'm saying? I want to give me a little laugh or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He didn't know until I met him, like, he was already a star to me. You get what I'm saying? But he looking at me the same way, like, you Mo3. I'm looking at you like, you Roy Lee, though. You going viral. Like, you start strong. So, like, now that's just my partner. Come on, pull up on what we got going, you know what I'm saying?
So from here, Roy Lee would be seen frequently at Mo3 shows during his rise to the top of the Dallas rap scene. However, in an interview following Mo3's arrest for that fatal shooting in Fort Worth, Roy Lee would end up dropping some shade on Mo3's rival Yella Beezy, saying in a real-life interview that some of the rappers claiming Oak Cliff can come over and get robbed. This was an apparent reference to an earlier video where Yella Beezy had claimed to be from Oak Cliff, America, and saying that he runs the city.
Oak Cliff, around here. Yellow Beezy, man, we in here, man. Y'all see what this is my city, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Oak Cliff, America, that make that stand on that, man, for real.
Come on, you from America. You from Oak Cliff, America. Don't with us. So you come on up so we can rob you. Cause because you ain't really from over here, right?
Apparently, this comment was taken as a sign of disrespect by Yella Beezy and others from Oak Cliff, and apparently following this interview's release, a fight would take place between Roy Lee and Yella Beezy at the King of Diamonds nightclub. On August the 16th, 2017, Roy Lee took to social media to call out Yella Beezy in a heated rant, admitting to dissing Yella Beezy in the earlier interview, suggesting that he wanted a fair one-on-one fight with Beezy like he was in prison, and suggesting that Beezy and his whole crew had jumped him.
I did an interview and I was talking about. I ain't lying in the interview. You understand me? This beef ain't got nothing to do with nobody else but Yella Beezy and Roy Lee. This little boxing match ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. All these hot side. What's up with them partners back there, Yella? What's up with them dudes back there, man? What's up with them dudes back there? Them riders. Yeah, them riders back there behind you right there. I ain't talking to them, I'm talking to you. Yeah, I want the one-on-one with you. I ain't talking about them. Tell them behind you to chill, man. Tell them to chill.
Damn, bro. That's a damn shame, bro. You can't even run a one-on-one no more like that. Like, you can't call a nigga out for the one-on-one. That's crazy. I just seen some shit going viral on Facebook, right? Just say, oh yeah, y'all want to fight? I want you. Just say, I want you. Just say, yeah. You want to fight, right? I want you. Just turn to his partner. Just turn to his homeboy. Hey, here, hold this. Just say, hey, hold this. Say, yeah, I want you. Come on. Just kick their shoes off. This is what I do, Jit was here. Jit kicked their shoes off. Jit guys, I said, oh shit. Jit, hey, just cause a lot of them ain't with it don't mean some of them ain't with it. They with that. They gonna get in that paint, but niggas gotta keep that for protection because everybody ain't with that. But this shit just stupid as fuck. Like, imagine this, right? Two niggas able to change their life and the futures of their family end up beefing behind some trivial bullshit. Probably ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Egos, respect, and all other shit, right? Within the same motherfucking place, they could have moved, they could have got wherever they could have went somewhere else. But now it's multiple individuals' lives affected, not just theirs. You got one person gone, dead and gone forever. You got one person fighting for their life. They trying possibly giving him the death penalty. And these individuals got children, got families, and niggas ain't think about none of that shit before they got caught up in this stupid ass street shit. This stupid ass beef shit. For what, bro? All this shit and life is temporary. Yeah, man. As men, niggas gotta learn how to hash out their problems and shit like that. And we get this shit from our governments and the way this shit going in life with wars and how motherfuckers settle differences. But us as a people, that's really not us. You feel me? Like, yeah, it's certain times, certain measures may have to be done in order for you to survive and your family survival. But this really wasn't one of them situations, and now it's just like this shit is a trap. This shit is organized for this shit to happen to us like this. This shit is a game, and this how these motherfuckers playing this shit in the beginning, nigga. When they distracted niggas from, they gave niggas a little bit of freedom and made it look like freedom. Bitch, you still a slave. Kanye wasn't wrong, bitch. Kanye wasn't wrong at all. He was wrong a little bit, but slavery is kind of a choice because niggas ain't choosing to stand up for themselves, so they choosing to take what motherfuckers give them and accept it. Motherfuckers be around this bitch all day distracted, not paying attention to the shit going around them, not even giving a fuck about it. Cause what, all this shit really temporary for real. Like, you feel me? Like, and if you don't got kids, ain't no reason for you to give a fuck about the future. Nigga. The fuck I give a fuck about the future for if I ain't got no kids that's living in the future? I don't give a fuck about the future. I don't give a fuck about your future. I don't give a fuck about my future. Now, niggas don't think about that. Some people be out here really fucked up in their head mentally and they got kids and they don't give a fuck about their kids' future. So you think a bitch give a fuck about your future? And I'm speaking in terms of the motherfucking government, bitch. Think about everybody that use you in your life. The government been using you the most, nigga, and you ain't even fucking noticing it.
Only I ain't got number 4 people with me. I ain't called my cousin them. I ain't called my partner them. I know the fight ain't gonna never be able to be set up. You know what I mean? Because if we was in the penitentiary, them OGs would be like, y'all youngsters go back there and fight one-on-one real quick, man. Go on and get that off y'all chest. You set up the fight. I've been trying to call all the big dope dealers in the city, all the ballers in the city, set up the fight. Well, what's wrong with me setting up a fight and I'm the one that got hit? And everybody told me let it go. Well, how I'm gonna let it go if y'all didn't let it go at the front park when you got snuck? How I'm gonna let it go when you got snuck at the club somewhere and you ain't let it go and you seen him at Walmart you was trying to fight? How I'm gonna catch him one-on-one when he always deep somewhere? When he always 10 or 8 deep somewhere? And I won't be numbered by 4 deep because I'm in the Cadillac. Now it's on YouTube. Now everybody want to interview me about it. I ain't gonna bash them. I'm just mad because you snuck me and then you don't want to fight again. Come on, man. That ain't nothing. I'm just talking about square it up. Or you're a rapper, you don't want to get embarrassed, or you don't want to lose, you don't want to get out there and look.
I will say, if you sneak a nigga and then you don't want to fade head up, that's some hoe shit. I will say that. I will say that. You want to sneak a nigga and then you can't give a nigga the head up, nigga? Because you don't fight. But why you snuck a nigga then? And then niggas are sneak niggas and don't even knock niggas out. Niggas are sneak niggas. Niggas are still a nigga and won't even knock the nigga out, bro. Niggas done stole me and ain't even come close to knocking me out, nigga. And then you gotta look at a nigga crazy like, nigga, you just stole me? Like, it's a certain type of other shit that come with that. Cause like, man, he better than me. Especially if this a nigga I don't give a fuck about, I ain't got no love for, I don't give a fuck about at all anyway. Like, I don't give a fuck about fighting you, boy. You stole me, nigga. You stole me. You stole me, nigga. Me? He better than me, man. I be plotting to the death of me. I don't give a fuck if I done got the nigga or I done got the nigga a couple times. He don't even know I done got his ass. I'm gonna get him some more as soon as I feel like I can get him again. Cause the nigga stole me.
Roy Lee would go on to do yet more interviews, speaking openly about the altercation and putting dirt on Yella Beezy's name in the comedic fashion that Dallas came to love him for. A few days later,
Nigga
Roy Lee
stole
appeared
me.
in a
That's
Game
the
101
whole
interview on the topic, elaborating in more detail, saying Yella Beezy tried to sucker punch him in the club and missed, and then his crew from Oak Cliff got involved.
Yeah, he came out the DJ booth and tried to hit me. I seen him out the, you understand me, at the corner of my eye.
The referee vision.
And then me and him just me posted up a little bit. And then the guard grabbed me and one of them hit me back in my mother head.
So how many of them jumped you?
It was like, I think two of them hit me. Well, one of them hit me back in my head and one of them snatched my chain.
Roy Lee would continue to repeat his calls for a one-on-one fight with Yella Beezy and beginning to call him a new nickname, the Pink Panther, and continuing pushing for a fight.
So you waiting on a fight with who?
The Pink Man, Pink Panther, whatever y'all want to call him, man. You're just trying to get him around, man, but he running and ducking and dodging.
Hold on, man. Who you trying to get? Damn, you jumped straight out the gate, man.
Yeah.
Who you trying to get around with?
Yo, Pink, the yellow belly, the Yella Beezy, man. I seen him at King of Diamonds, and he tried to sneak me, and I got jumped a little bit by his partner and them, but he ain't hit me, so that's why I want to fight a one-on-one.
Killed him.
I mean, plus it'll be good to show the kids that we ain't got to shoot guns and, do all that.
Hey, you been
Come to the his career is demolished. Ain't I right for that?
Clearly, Roy Lee was upset about the disrespect, and he was hell-bent in interviews to call out Yella Beezy, mock him, and put dirt on his name. Perhaps he really wanted the fight, or perhaps he just felt that these rants made for funny content for his followers. But over the course of these interviews, he would continue to mock Yella Beezy and saying that he's not really from Oak Cliff.
Nah, man, if that nigga wanted to fight, if a nigga done stole you before or tried to steal you, man, that shit'll fuck with you forever, man, until you get there. if you motherfucking on that shit about that action and shit, and a nigga try to steal you, that shit gonna fuck with you bro. It's gonna fuck with you, bro. It's like I'm gonna explain it perfectly. This is how I felt. It's like fucking a bitch that you always wanted to fuck, right? But then you interrupt it. You don't even get, you about the bus and you don't even get the bus. Like, you fucking the bitch you always wanted to fuck, but you don't get the bus. Like, bitch nigga come in the house, some shit, fuck up the movie, you gotta get up out of there. It's like that. Like, bitch, I fucked, but I didn't fuck. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm still trying to bust. Like, I need to get off. Basically, I still gotta get off. You got me fucked up. You try to steal me. Nah, I ain't get to get off. I gotta get off.
What do you mean that he didn't go to no schools in Oak Cliff?
That's exactly what it's like. That nigga wanted to fight,
He had to go to
man.
school
I
in
ain't
Oak Cliff to be from Oak Cliff?
I know that.
Yeah, you gotta go to school. Yeah, you gotta go to school in Oak Cliff to help fight somebody. I guess he's saying, I'm telling him he ain't from Oak Cliff. He ain't go to no school in Oak Cliff. I'm not lying, because if I was lying, he would have been said something. Like, I went here.
Perhaps Roy Lee didn't realize at the time that he was playing with fire, or perhaps he simply didn't care that he was dissing one of the city's most beloved street rappers with an army of fans and goons ready to put in work for him. But he refused to let it go and continued cracking jokes in interview after interview. In November 2017, Roy Lee did another interview with Real Life, saying that Yella Beezy had turned down his offer of a one-on-one fight and he still wants get back.
But now I called him out to fight for $8,000. He talking about, nah, I don't want to fight. What my lick gonna come back at? I'm gonna get mine back.
And he'd go on to say that him and Beezy can't squash their beef any other way than a fight.
Some shit.
And you and Yella Beezy should be squashed.
No, I need that boxing match. That's what he's scared of. He talking about, just see him when you see him. Nah, y'all gonna be deeper than me. I don't go number 4 deep to the club. I don't go number 5 deep to the club. Y'all gonna be 7 cars deep, man.
Lee would continue calling out Beezy for not being from Oak Cliff and saying that at least MO3 went to a tough school in the Dallas area.
You ain't go to the DISD schools, you understand me? You don't count. That's why it hurted me, because they was with Mo3 and other rappers saying that they wasn't from where they from, but Mo3 went to these schools in.
One thing I will say, nigga ain't gonna be able to say that shit in the future. Cause niggas finna be homeschooled, man. I wish somebody would say some shit to any one of my peoples and they homeschooled. Talking about they ain't from somewhere. They're actually more from there than you, bitch. You go to school out somewhere and they go to school in the house where they at right here. Fuck is you talking about?
North Dallas. You understand me? But he ain't go to Oak Cliff, Sock, Kimmel, Carter.
Eventually, Roy Lee would get heated, going as far as to say that Yella is a and that he should stop talking about shooters, even threatening to involve people's mothers and grandmothers.
No, you can't get mad at me. I'm the comedian. Now you talking about, no, I don't want to fight. Now you want to send your shooters. You can get ugly like that. I can screenshot mamas and grannies and hey, you talking about, they didn't got nothing from here. I'm talking about from here. I ain't talking about from here. That's easy. You know, I just got out of jail from seeing locked up, finna go do 60.
Roy Lee would end the interview with one final piece of disrespect, saying if Yella Beezy can't fight him in his own city, then he will get robbed when he leaves Texas, and even questioning whether or not he is really a Crip.
So if you go out of town to New York, you don't snatch that. If you go to Atlanta, Chicago, California, you don't take that. But you want to take it to some shooting. I don't know. Ain't no Crips in Forney. Ain't no Crips in Mesquite.
Roy Lee's mockery of Yella Beezy was relentless. Clearly his comedy skills combined with a bruised ego over the sucker punch had Roy Lee cracking joke after joke at Yella Beezy's expense. But to be fair to Yella Beezy, it's understandable why he wouldn't want to fight a comedian for $8,000 at this point, because during this time in 2017, his career was going from strength to strength. In 2017, Yella Beezy's career was taking off. His latest mixtape, Light Work Volume 2, released on the 21st of November 2017, and that tape included his future hit single, That's On Me. The track had lyrics where Beezy referred to his ops being after him, and he would rap that people are following him on Twitter and in the streets trying to rob him, but saying he keeps his pistol on him, as well as lyrics where he denied ever being shot. The track itself got a music video and a major push from Beezy's team, and from here, the song became a monster hit over the course of the next year. Today, the video for that song has over 130 million views on YouTube, with the track gaining mainstream traction, even peaking at number 56 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts, eventually with the song being certified gold. And from here, getting an all-star remix that racked up a staggering 272 million YouTube views, including extra verses from 2 Chainz, T.I., Rich the Kid, Jeezy, Boosie, and Trapboy Freddy, who was also having a productive 2017, with his latest release Overtime dropping the 1st of July 2017. With all this going on in the midst of Mo3 catching a case after the nightclub shooting in Fort Worth, losing him his deal with Epic and going broke. But Mo3 continued pushing things forward, dropping a music video for his track True Story, where he addressed the nightclub shooting, with that coming out in October 2017. This set the stage for his next major project release, Shotters 3.0, coming out on the 15th of March 2018. But while Mo3 was trying to overcome the struggles that came from that deadly incident at his birthday show, Yella Beezy and Trapboy Freddy were pushing their careers forward too, and Roy Lee was continuing to do interviews, making Yella Beezy the butt of the joke. Roy Lee would appear on Real Life once again for a January 2018 interview where he elaborated further on the altercation between him and Beezy's team, this time accompanied by his 2 nephews who were apparently there at the time of the fight, with it being suggested that at the time, Roy Lee was being drunk and aggressive.
This is my nephew. These 2 my nephews I love. Allegedly, you were being real aggressive in the club. Uncharacteristic of Roy Lee.
And I see him start going at the mouth. All right, who you be with? You with Yella Beezy? That's his exact word. He just tripping. He drunk. This what he do. We drink. So I'm watching him. He steady asking, "Oh, you be with Yella Beezy?" Don't look like he ain't got nothing to do with that. Confused. He don't know what's going on. Say, oh, I ain't got nothing to do with that. What you and Yella Beezy got going, I ain't got nothing to do with that. And Roy Lee still asked him again. No, I'm saying though, do you be with Yella Beezy? I ain't say do you got nothing to do with that. That's around the time that same dude he asking for was walking around.
So allegedly he got hit with a 1-piece.
Who?
Mr.
Roy
Lee. Mr. Roy Lee. Allegedly, he got hit with
yeah,
a
yeah. When the other dude he was looking for came, because at first he was like, "Yo, what you be with Yellow Bees?"
Who led the escape? Like when it was time to get up out of there.
When
Like,
it was time to get up out of there, Rolly was on the ground, my boy, because they was all after him.
Yeah.
It was about like 18, though. At least about 9.
Eve to me is basically
at least about 9 was on his ass. It's about 18 on with him. About 9 got on his ass.
So look, despite this explanation being very amusing, he did kind of reveal that he'd been a bit of an aggressor in this beef. And to be honest, looking at it from that perspective, Roy Lee is being truly reckless. And as the interview went on, it became clear that this sort of behavior is apparently a common occurrence when Roy has had too much alcohol.
Do you think this all could have been avoided if Roy Lee just quit drinking so much?
You could have. Right, you got a point right there. You got a point right there.
From here, the interview said point blank that Roy Lee's behavior is dangerous, with Lee revealing that his antics have brought so much danger to those around him that he can't even find security who will protect him.
For a comedian, you live a really dangerous life, bro.
Nah, security guard told me that. Security guard told me that. He said, man, I don't think I could be your bodyguard. You doing too much. I said, no, we need you to come on, man.
And I'll be honest, it was this follow-up interview which made me feel a little bit more that Roy Lee was just out here without a care in the world for his own safety or those around him. At one point, his nephew even tells him to squash the beef, and Lee refuses.
I said, it's a squash between you and Yellow Bees.
Nah, it ain't squash between us, man. How I'ma squash something and I ain't seen nothing? How I'ma squash a roach and I ain't seen the roach?
And Lee would even go on to drag Mo3 and his manager Rainwater into the mix.
I feel like you about to spark up like a South Dallas versus Oak Cliff war.
No, it ain't gonna be South Dallas versus Oak Cliff.
No.
Cause we can go there. Ask me that question. Shout out to Rainwater and Mo3 because they said I get my information from Rainwater and Mo3. I ain't got nothing to do with. They ain't got nothing to do with none of this. But his mixtape coming. That's my boy. He come to my birthday party to perform. That's my.
Roy Lee was really out here roasting Yella Beezy like he was on Comedy Central, but the problem is the balance of power in the city of Dallas was shifting. Whilst Mo3 was still trying to clean up his reputation from that nightclub shooting, the other rappers in the city were coming up quick time. And according to Yella Beezy in an interview at the start of February, Mo3 had called him to squash the beef, suggesting that their tension had stemmed from a woman spreading misinformation between them.
It was just like you said, just like a miscommunication. He called me one day and was like, hey, where you at? Just this street, I want to holler at you about something in your hood. I'm like, well, yeah. You told me where I come put up on. Was telling him, yeah, my old Cliff America say you can't come to the cliff no more. They gonna kill you. They gonna do some lame. And she wasn't even talking about me. Oh, I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about the other Yellow Bees. There's only one Yellow Bees there. Like, what other Yellow Bees you gonna say?
So it's still from a female.
Nah, not it was like a lot of that happened, but there was a situation that was in it. You know what I'm saying? And I had my thinking that, you feel me?
Now, whether or not you believe the beef was truly squashed, soon there would be more tension between the top rappers in Dallas, as Trap Boy Freddy would release his biggest mixtape to date, Freddy Krueger 3, on the 26th of February 2018, a project which had the monster posse cut featuring Yella Beezy and Go Yayo, 6-pick. Mo3 not being on the track would later be seen as a source of tension between the two, with Sean Cotton asking Mo3 why he wasn't on the song and Mo suggesting that he didn't even want to be on the track.
You know, they came out with the Pick 6 record, you know,
I didn't want to be a part of it.
But let me. I'm not mad about no Pick 6. Yeah, but I'm just saying, though, this is something that everybody.
Freddie would go on to reveal the following month that at this point, him and Mo3 hadn't spoken in months since the drama with Go Yayo, but also suggesting he didn't have a problem with Mo3, going on to suggest that he was just mad at him for talking to Go Yayo and putting him on the song 6-pick after the incident at the nightclub.
See, now, me and him, we were cool money, you see what I'm saying? That's my dog. We still be cool right now. But man, that ain't talking since the Yayo. Him and Yayo. Yeah. He was bad to be for still talking to Yayo, so that's what it was.
With Freddie saying that he unfollowed Mo3 after finding out he was upset about the Go Yayo feature.
Look, I unfollow him. I ain't got to play on. We ain't got to play like we partners and none of that. Yeah. Like, if it smoke, say it smoke. And it proved to me in the interview.
Soon after this, a confrontation would take place between Mo3 and Freddie. But the details wouldn't become public until nearly a year later. Meanwhile, with his hit song That's On Me beginning to put Yella Beezy on the map nationwide, he would continue to leverage his newfound buzz into big opportunities, like his banger of a track Up One, which landed a Lil Baby verse for the remix, and a music video which dropped on March the 14th, 2018. Up One with Lil Baby went on to get an insane 93 million views on YouTube. And Trapboy Freddy would keep his momentum running throughout the year with his latest mixtape No Feelings dropping on July the 4th. Summer 2018 was a buzzing summer for Dallas rap, and Yella Beezy for the time being was the artist to watch. But with all the tension that had been brewed between Beezy and Roy Lee, it was only a matter of time before another escalation would take place. And unfortunately, that's when things would turn tragic, as Roy Lee would reveal to fans on Instagram that he had been shot. According to a later article, at 7:50 p.m. on September the 25th, Roy Lee was sitting in the parking lot of the Preston Valley Shopping Centre when a shooting took place, leaving Roy Lee shot in the leg and being rushed to hospital. Roy Lee had been seen in social media videos following the shooting, saying that he'd been shot in the leg and that he'd called the police and ambulance.
Yeah, man, I'm doing all right, though. Yeah, I had to call the laws, man. I got shot in the leg. I couldn't drive. Man, the laws was done before you would have came. You would have got laws for any goddamn thing, man. Man, you don't. I with the law, they cool them up. Don't nut shop, man. Bye, man. Talking about the police, man. I'm not finna get into it with that. I couldn't drive if I was.
Nah, that was a skit, man. Nigga ain't tell no shit like that for real. He just did that shit on a skit. But that is how niggas be, though. That is how niggas be, man. That is how niggas be. Man, that's some street shit, man. Man, I'm calling the paramedics, nigga. Nigga, what you talking about? I ain't calling the police. I'm calling the paramedics.
Would have called him. It would have took him 20, 30 minutes. Hell no, that mean the ambulance, police.
It's gonna take them 20, 30 minutes anyways, too. Either way, nigga, it's gonna take niggas at least about 20, 30 minutes to get to you.
All the firefighters, that's in the same bucket. All of them coming. It was an emergency. They took me to the emergency. They talking about what I know this too much of a thug, man. Talking about what they doing, what they gonna do.
Roy Lee had seemingly recovered well from the incident, and for weeks following the shooting, he would continue to perform live stand-up comedy. But at some point, he would take a turn for the worse. Other clips would circulate on social media showing Roy Lee laid up getting treatment in the hospital after the shooting, and he would continue to discuss the shooting on social media, saying that the shooters must have seen him at the Texaco gas station.
Yeah, I know your leg's broke. So I know that's what I was saying.
No, by my ankle, the left ankle. It's out my hands, man. No, I got shot, Brandon. I was just about to go. I was just about to drive off. I said, I'm at Texaco. Oh, I thought you said Shells. So I just backed in the park at the barbecue spot. So obviously they seen me at Texaco. I'm just saying, I think they was watching me at Texaco. Because Texaco and Shells across from each other. I was just sitting in the car.
And despite briefly recovering from his injuries and continuing to perform comedy, Roy Lee would sadly pass away due to blood clots in his lungs at 1:15 p.m. on October the 13th, 2018, as he awaited another surgery. Roy Lee was beloved in the rap community, even beyond Dallas, with the likes of even Young Thug mourning the loss of Lee on Twitter. Naturally, those close to him in the Dallas rap scene, like MO3, would be devastated by the loss, with MO3 later opening up about his friendship with Roy Lee to Adam22 in a No Jumper interview, showing off the commemorative chain that he got made in Roy Lee's memory and saying that it wasn't right for him to go out like that.
What was it like when he passed?
It hurt me.
Yeah.
I never put him on a shirt. I
Because it meant too much?
I put him right here. Shirt. It's like he wasn't supposed to die yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? A comedian. He ain't no gangster. Him getting shot and all this, it's like, that wasn't for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't even for your whole, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Shoot a comedian. Who tell jokes on Facebook, bro?
Local police would appeal for information related to the killing of Lee, but it seemed like the streets would be handling this themselves, because only days after the murder of Roy Lee, the very man who he'd been trying to fight for over a year, Yella Beezy, would be targeted in a shooting that would nearly claim his life.
To be so for real, last year was kind of a lot for me. I was just feeling kind of like burned out and stuck at some point.
Despite the tension on the streets of Dallas, Yella Beezy had a record 2018. His buzzing hit That's On Me got in rotation on Dallas rap station K104 in March, and the song caught on at other radio stations, eventually becoming radio's #1 mainstream rap and R&B song at the time. Yella Beezy was charting on Billboard, and in September, he would get another industry W. Off the back of his buzz in Texas, he was invited to open for Jay-Z and Beyonce in Arlington at a September spot on their On The Run 2 tour. This was also the song that put Yella Beezy on the radar of rap RNR Chris Turner, who landed him a big deal on LA Reid's record label Hitco. Things couldn't have been better for Yella Beezy at this time in his career. However, the goings-on in the streets had the potential to put the brakes on his incredible career run. Following the tension with Roy Lee, individuals claiming to be affiliated with Dallas Crips were taking to social media and sending threats.
You jump Roy Lee, hear me? Yeah, what, cuz? I don't give a what kind of gang you in. What's cracking? I don't know what kind of loc you is, but I don't give a what's up. You might be a neighborhood or a sixth something. I don't know what the you is. I don't know what the you is, and I really don't give a. And you can't do that. You out here, mother, think you tough because you got a little money, you got you a little social buzz. Oh, Crip, what's up?
Now, it's been disputed whether or not the man in that video was actually any serious threat, but what we do know is that people all over the city were devastated by the loss of Roy Lee, from his own family to friends like MO3 and his manager Rainwater. Clearly, somebody was out for revenge for what happened to Roy Lee, because only days after he was pronounced dead, in the early hours of the morning, on October the 14th, 2018, Yella Beezy is targeted in a drive-by shooting on the Sam Rayburn Tollway in Lewisville, Texas. The news reported over a dozen rounds were fired in the incident, with police finding a wounded Yella Beezy at 3:30 a.m. alongside State Highway 121 bypass, suffering 3 gunshot wounds. His G-Wagon was allegedly completely destroyed, and this near-fatal highway shooting was significant enough to make it to the TV news.
Lewisville police say at 3:38 this morning, they got a 911 call from a driver saying he'd been shot multiple times by someone in another vehicle in the northbound lanes of the Sam Rayburn Tollway at FM 544. Police say 26-year-old DeAndre Conway was shot 3 times and was still conscious and breathing when he was transported to a nearby hospital.
After the shooting, Beezy was taken to the hospital, but fortunately survived, being pictured on Twitter in stable condition, surrounded by his family. And he would later even show off his gunshot wounds to IG Live viewers in a clip that's probably too gory to show you on YouTube.
Right now, loosen it up some.
Yeah, because YouTube be on some bitch ass shit. No, YouTube be on some whole shit, bro. Yeah, I did it. I did it again. I'm a keep playing.
This right here. This one though, that's where I had the chest tube at. Right here, where they would drain the blood out of my lungs. See, with a lot, they were like, I got here right there too. Nah, that's where I had the chest tube at, and they would drain the blood from my lungs. You know what I'm saying? I got this right here, got shot right here too. Yeah, y'all gonna see how ugly my nipple look. Yeah, everything going on Apple, going on everywhere, all music platforms. You feel me?
Seemingly, no arrests would be made in connection to the shooting, and despite the Dallas Observer reporting that Beezy's rapid rise had been halted by the shooting, following his recovery, Beezy would quite literally be back at it again, continuing his career on an upward trajectory through the rest of 2018, releasing his next project, Ain't Going Back, in November, which had big features from his idols Boosie and Kevin Gates, as well as YG, Lil Baby, 2 Chainz, T.I., Jeezy, and Rich the Kid. And that same month, Yella Beezy also opened up about the shooting in an extensive Breakfast Club interview, where they questioned him more intensely than the Dallas police probably did. He would explain that he left a club and people were following him home on the highway, eventually opening fire on his car.
You know, I told him I got to go. So when I'm leaving, I get up in the car. Everybody know, like, when you leaving the club, you got to be looking, like, through your rear. Like, you got to try to see who follows. So when I leave the club, I'm running red lights and everything. Same with me. If you coming through the red light, that means you follow. So I'm on top of it, so I know what to do. Like, after that, you get what I'm saying? I'll get on the highway. I'm punching it. Like, it seemed like a couple cars trying to pull up on me. When I'm looking down, that's when I guess the car put up beside me and start letting into the car with it.
Beasy described the shooting himself, saying that he climbed in the passenger seat and steered the car whilst it was still moving with one hand whilst trying to find his gun, ultimately crashing the car and running off.
I end up like literally jumping into like the passenger seat and start trying to steer because I'm trying to find the gun. I'm steady getting hit up, and so I swerved and I spun out and I crashed the car. So I find my phone, just open the door, get out the car, I start running.
Beasy would also say that he believed the hate against him was all because he's overtaken the other rappers in his city, like Mo3, saying that they can't handle his success.
It's just a jealousy thing. Like, a lot of people can't stomach, like, they was once a part, like, where they from, where you from, and now you at a higher level. You know what I'm saying? And they not at that level you at. You get what I'm saying?
He would also say that he believes that the entire beef with rappers or anybody, which I guess includes comedian, was not started by him, but he will finish it.
When it comes to these rappers and everything, like anybody, if y'all see yelling into something, just know they started it first. 100 times out of 100, they started. No, I just don't start nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be the one finish it. You get what I'm saying? Like, we take stuff to a whole nother different level. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I stay out of stuff.
DJ Envy would then ask Beasy if the shooting was connected to the murder that took place days before, with Beasy denying it.
That was rumors it was retaliation for somebody that got killed.
Yeah, man. Like, I ain't never spoke on dude in interview. I ain't gonna speak on them, but like, he wasn't even no threat to do no stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and from here, he would open up and make it clear that they were referring to Roy Lee, with Yella Beasy bringing up Roy Lee's offer to fight, saying that he would have fought him if he saw him, but denying having anything to do with his death.
The whole time you screaming out fighting. That's what we wanted to do. So when I seen that's what we gonna do, we had already had a confrontation where we did that. I did that. Like you not no threat. Like, rest in peace him. Like, I don't wish no death on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't had nothing to do with me.
Beasy would also break down the shooting and its aftermath with DJ Vlad, giving even more information, saying that nobody was arrested for the shooting, but also saying he wouldn't say if he did know.
So you're sticking to the code with all this?
I don't know nothing about nothing.
Don't know nothing about nothing.
Nothing about nothing.
Right.
However, Detective Vlad wasn't ready to give up on the case just yet, and sometime later he would also ask Mo3 about the incident, with Mo3 seemingly sticking.
Did that nigga say Detective Vlad? Did that nigga say Detective Vlad? Man, am I tripping? Did that nigga say Detective Vlad?
Sticking to the street code.
That nigga said Detective Vlad.
We wanted to do. So when I seen that's what we gonna do, we had already had a confrontation where we did that. I did that. Like you not no threat. Like, rest in peace him. Like, I don't wish no death on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't had nothing to do with me.
Beasy would also break down the shooting and its aftermath with DJ Vlad, giving even more information, saying that nobody was arrested for the shooting, but also saying
he must have said DJ, but I heard Detective. Did I say the
same? He wouldn't say if he did not.
So you're sticking to the code with all this?
I don't know nothing about nothing.
Don't know nothing about nothing.
Nothing about nothing.
Right.
However, Detective Vlad wasn't ready to give up on the case just yet.
Yeah, I wasn't tripping. He said Detective. I fuck with this white boy right here. That's real though. That nigga damn Detective.
Yeah, and sometime later, he would also ask Mo3 about the incident, with Mo3 seemingly sticking to the street code too.
When Yella Beasy got shot up, what were your thoughts about that?
I gotta stay out the way. It's the world. You gotta stay out the way, man.
Clearly, the tension between the rappers in Dallas was getting worse and worse as the months went by, and at a certain point, OGs from the rap game were even getting involved trying to give advice. Lil Boosie warned Yella Beasy after the incident, saying that he needs to keep a gun in his car and he shouldn't go back to his own city because the haters there will kill you.
Yeah, Yella Beasy got hit up too. So even when you go back to your city, you gotta have 50 guns around you, man. When you go back to your city, you don't know that you beat up in elementary school won't come back. You don't know that you jumped in middle school. You know, who you took it from, who he loved to death. You don't know when they won't come back. You gotta have 50 guns around you at home, huh? You got them on the video. That's your city. If they hypnotize or hate you, they gotta hear about you more than anybody. You know, hypnotize or hate you. You gonna murk you. You know, gonna put you on a t-shirt. Police got something against you because, you know, you went to school with them. They was in the same class with you, doing better than you went to. They was. You get the classroom. Yeah, man, the police gonna put you in your city. Yeah. Police gonna put you in your city because, you know, they went to school with you. And they was doing better than you in class. And now you the success, you know. Hey, I'm finna put I'm finna bring him down.
Unfortunately, despite being someone both Mo3 and Yella Beasy looked up to, Boosie's words of wisdoms weren't enough to calm tempers in Dallas. And moving into 2019, we'd sadly see more clashes and escalations from these two talented artists.
In just the last 7 days, 8,368 men have clicked.
Some bullshit that we don't give a fuck about. So
I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission, trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.
After recovering from the shooting, Yella Beezy got straight back to his buzzing rap career. In December 2018, dropping the video for What I Did featuring Kevin Gates, another monster hit showcasing Beezy's melodic abilities on the mic that today sits over 65 million views. But Yella Beezy wasn't the only one pushing his career forward. Also in December 2018, Mo3 would return with his latest tape, 911 Gangsta Grills, hosted by legendary DJ Drama, who would shout out Roy Lee between tracks, starting off with the aggressive track Outside, where a defiant Mo3 appeared to tell his ops that he's outside and ready for the smoke and ready to put someone to sleep. He would also have the track Word Around Town, a track where Mo3 seemingly infers that he was involved in Yella Beezy's shooting, as the track features numerous lyrics referencing people being shot in their cars, like this one where Mo3 raps, "Word around town that somebody got found, slumped over in the car, body stretched out on the ground." As well as another lyric where he raps, "My guy got hit, now I got a slide for this." And even one lyric where Mo3 quite literally says, "They just got the word to me, the op in town, hit the dude's car up, watch it spin around." On Scared of Me, he claims that he's ahead of his ops in the city and that they're scared of him. Clearly, following the tension in the city, a defiant Mo3 was looking to send a message. And whilst there was a lot of negativity behind some of the music coming out of Dallas, the city's rap scene was absolutely buzzing going into 2019. In January, Mo3 would get a call from Boosie, who was apparently at DJ Khaled's house, ready to record an iconic remix to his track Everybody. Everybody was on Mo3's Shotters 3.0 mixtape that dropped in March 2018, but Boosie breathed new life into the remix, dropping a video for Everybody featuring Boosie on the 14th of January 2019, with the track becoming one of Mo3's most streamed songs to date, sitting right now at over 103 million YouTube views. But Mo3 wasn't the only person in the city making moves around this time either. Also in January, Trapboy Freddy would drop his latest project, Rockboy Freddy 2020 Flow, and Yella Beezy would drop big videos for his tracks My Way Up and Keep It On Me. But sadly, moving into late February, the feud between Dallas's buzzing rappers would kick off once again, when on February the 22nd, 2019, Mo3 releases the song 219, commemorating the birthday of Roy Lee and dissing numerous rappers from the Texas rap scene. Mo3 would say that if he died today, one of his ops would die too, and that the interviewers keep asking him about the other rappers in his city and that he hates all of them and they're scared of him. He claims he's not about the internet beef and that he is actually going to kill one of these rappers. He rapped that he shot at somebody's Sprinter bus, an apparent reference to an earlier shooting targeting Trapboy Freddy's Sprinter. He references the body in Fort Worth, saying that he had a show but he doesn't recall the murder, and referencing Yella Beezy's shooting, saying you heard about that rapper that got shot on the tollway, as well as saying that the city knows what he did when he hit up that rapper and made him famous, and saying that he barely made it and he won't make it again. And he would claim that his ops have put a $10,000 bounty on his head, but they won't be successful. Naturally, this song caused shockwaves in the Texas rap community. Go Yayo would respond to lyrics from the song by Mo3 on Live, denying lyrics from the song, saying that Mo3 had never hurt him, and suggesting that Mo3 isn't responsible for the shootings he claimed in the song.
When you made that song, I bet you like, oh, I'm finna video with this one. Dude, I'm gonna drop it on Roy Lee's birthday so I can get all them that behind me. Oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. You making all this talking about you done hit sprinters up, boy. Stop playing with us. But be for real, I ain't never heard about no slapping me, punching me down. None of that. Should have kept the murder out your little rap beat, boy. Tollway. You gotta be a stupid mother. Shoot at it on a tollway. Every time you jump on a tollway, it's cameras.
Yayo would go on to suggest that Mo3 was not the person who caught a body, as some people thought, during that altercation in Fort Worth.
Should have never said nothing about no forward murder. Stop lying, bro. Why every time you speak on the murder, you talking about like you done caught a body in my city, boy? You ain't caught in my city, but STD from that little nasty you was on in my city, boy, on crib.
And Yayo would go on to say, if he's in the club with his ops, then it's going down, and Mo3 doesn't do anything about it.
But y'all know, if I'm in the club, and them boys in the club, it's finna go down on 4 weeks.
Yayo would go on to claim that he would beat up Mo3 when he sees him, and then revealing that Trapboy Freddy has footage of Mo3 apparently running away from him.
Boy, we gonna beat out you, boy, when we catch you, boy. We gonna beat the out you. I don't crip, boy. These boys got you on camera. These boys got you on camera running under cars. Running under cars. Stop playing with me.
And this bold claim by Go Yayo would be backed up by Trapboy Freddy himself, who would then take to Facebook sharing this supposed video, leading to a vicious back and forth between Mo3 and Trapboy Freddy. Soon after Mo3 released his diss song 219, dropping shade on numerous Texas rap rivals, Trapboy Freddy would take to social media attempting to get back at Mo3 and embarrass him, leaking a grainy piece of surveillance footage purporting to show Mo3 pointing at somebody and subsequently leaving the scene, with it being implied that he had been chased away by Trapboy Freddy. The clip had apparently been shared on Facebook by Freddy himself, who claimed this altercation is the reason that Mo3 has been hiding from him for a year, and suggesting that Mo3 had turned up thinking Freddy wasn't with his homies because no cars were outside, saying that Mo3 wanted to talk and ended up running away down the street. Apparently this confrontation had happened a little while after Mo3 and Freddy stopped talking, this being the result of Mo3 being upset that Freddy continued working with Go Yayo following the nightclub shootout, with that collab of course being the song 6 Pick, which featured Yella Beezy, Trapboy Freddy and Go Yayo, with Mo3 and Trapboy Freddy going back and forth in respective Say Cheese interviews.
Like him, what he really meant, or however he meant it. Yeah. If it wasn't nothing towards me, you gotta say that, bro. That was my nigga. And I vouch for him on every level. So if it ain't the same, it ain't that. I ain't gotta stop talking to nobody.
You can't get on social media and explain everything that goes on in the street. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. The goddamn radio people, the goddamn bloggers, you can't tell them, say, we ain't doing this because of this and this and this. You can't do that. You just go your way and do your thing, worry about yourself. Like, and you know, they gonna paint their own picture at the end of the day, but like, nah, man, like.
Mo3 would respond to this newly leaked footage in a heated IG live where he seemingly rebuffed claims that he was running away, telling Freddy to post the full video, which apparently tells a very different story, and saying that he pulled up on Freddy a year ago and Freddy did not want the smoke.
Post the whole motherfucking video, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. Talking about running, scared of you. Did you tell him I'm in your hood? Did you tell him that? Did you tell him on the video that I pulled up in front of your motherfucking store? In that old, that's a year ago. You ain't want to scratch.
I was telling him, blood, I just want to fight. I just want to beat you up real fast. How we doing? Blood, you don't put that down, blood. Blood, put that down right there. Just come on, blood. I'm got this all I got in my hands, blood. Put that down right there. Okay, cool, all right.
Mo3 would go on to suggest that he had fled that day because the police arrived, not because Freddy was chasing him, and saying that Say Cheese will back all this up.
Then time I run, nobody running from you in the Laos came. Tell him why I left. Tell him why I left. Post the whole video. You bad. Listen what I said. Say Cheese trying to get in my business. Sean Cotton. Tune in, Sean Cotton. How the fuck I tune Say Cheese in? Say Cheese seen that video, so he know that I'm about what I'm talking. Say Cheese seen the whole video.
If y'all see the whole video, listen, in the street, you know, if the police come, fam, it was like 8 or 9 on the block that day, broad day with that. You know, if you show the whole video, you'll know what I'm talking about. If the police ride by and see that, you better run, mother. They hit the whole Huey, everybody ran. Post the whole video.
Mo3 would then go on to name all of the Oak Cliff OGs who were apparently there that day of this altercation, suggesting that nobody wanted to fight with him.
Hey, matter of fact, I'm name dropping all the Oak Cliff that was out there that day. Sean said, your OG partners was out there. Tell them your OG partners was out there. KJ, Keith the Poke OG. Yeah. Tell them Red Dog was out there. Another big homie. He was out there. What Mo3 do? What Mo3 do when he pulled up? Say, if I want to look at that, let me scratch him and punch you down real fast. Come on. No, I don't do no fighting. I don't do no fighting over here, man. We too fly for that, man. Oh, we too fly for that.
Mo3 would even go on to say that he arrived with one of his friends who knocked on the door, telling everybody that he was here to fight with Freddy, but Freddy didn't want the fight.
My partner knocked on your door, and I told him, because I was talking to the OG right there, you know what I was telling him? Hey, that in there. I'm trying to scratch him down. They like, for real? I'm like, yeah, that's what I came over here for. I ain't strapped. I ain't got no burn or no nothing. I ain't got none of that. I'm finna punch him down real quick. We're gonna get this out of the way. He come outside. Oh, what's up? What's up? Whoa, no, I don't do no fight. I say, come on, blood. I said, ain't gonna take that long. No, do no fight. Post the whole video though, so they can see. Bro, you didn't want to fight, so I left. Police came, so I left, fam.
And in the end, Mo3 would say that he's in Dallas now, and there's still time to meet up for a fight.
I'm in Dallas right now. Blood, come on, blood, pop out right now. What time is it? Blood, pop out. We pop out scratch real quick. Come on, blood.
But Freddie would clap back at Mo3 with his own live, saying that he doesn't rap, and because he has money from the streets, he doesn't need to beef Mo3.
They gotta do that rap. I don't gotta do that rap. I can sit back on these bands, boy, and play with you all day, boy. See, I don't gotta do that. I don't gotta book shows. I don't gotta do none of that. See, Freddie got money older than you, little boy, before you got bad. You know what I'm saying?
Freddie then went further, saying footage shared was only one incident, going on to suggest that they caught Mo3 trying to go into a nightclub, King of Diamonds, a few months after this incident.
And that's just one incident. Oh, you may have thought I was bored. 2-3 months later, after the video, you try to go to the club KOD. Do you not remember trying to go to KOD? Do you remember trying to go to KOD, boy?
Freddie would go on to question why Mo3 went live when they're in the same city and he could have just pulled up on him that day.
How's you going live and we in the same city? Let's get this gangster popping. Call me, let's pop up. What you doing? I want to fight. Boy, you better go sign up for boxing. No.
Clearly, Mo3 was up for this challenge as he would be seen on live once again that day, saying that he's ready to meet Freddie for a fight.
Blood, kill our lit. Let's pop out. I'm in the city right now. Let's pop out. Where you at? Let's pop out. We all go pop out. Ain't nobody listen. Ain't nobody really got to pop out. Just me and you in the camera.
Mo3 would go on to say how frustrating it was for Freddie to tell him to come and pull up on him when that's literally what he did in the video a year before.
I am from North Dallas. I went to Oak Cliff on Sino with some Oak Cliff. I went and pulled up at that boy's store like a real dude. I ain't get on Facebook. I pulled up. Y'all didn't even know about this, and here come a year later. They want to post a little bit of the video. Get your song, fam. I pulled up.
Mo3 would also deny Freddie's earlier claims that he was mad at him for not being on the song Pick 6, saying that he never cared about that song, and saying that he simply pulled up once he heard Freddie had been talking on him.
This the day he got on live and said, I didn't want to be on Pick 6. Now he know I ain't give a about this damn song. I don't know why the he did that. Instead of responding to it, y'all notice I never said nothing about it. I pulled up on him. That's what we're in.
Mo3 would go on to call for Freddie to meet him for a fight numerous times over the course of the live.
Blood, it ain't nothing for us to get in vehicles, pull up, everybody out there, so it won't be no friction, it won't be no misunderstanding. You understand me? Hell, I don't give a damn if you bring your kids. I don't give a damn. Hey, call the referee. I don't give a fuck what they do. I do even better. I come with just 4 people. You can come with 100 people or 50 people like you always be. I just come with 4 people. Is that cool with you? Let you go ahead, pull up. I punch you in your mouth a couple times. And you know, that's cool.
And seemingly after this, Mo3 would jump in the car and quite literally pull up once again, claiming to be outside the CME headquarters where Freddie hangs out.
I don't keep talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here.
Picture this. You're sitting at your desk, drowning in Slack.
I'm missing him. I'm missing him.
Mo3 would also post a story claiming that Freddie was just there, so he pulled up there, but suggesting that the IG live was cut short because his phone died on location. Apparently he didn't find anybody there when he pulled up, going on to question where the new CME HQ is located. And then he would take to live once more, asking where that new location is.
Where the new shop at, blood? Tell me, blood, and I'm gonna pop out. Nah, for real. Tell me. I just went to where you was at. Just rolling around in the car, said you was over there. Where the new one at? 10.
and following that up with a story saying that Freddie and Yella are scared of him. Now clearly things were escalating to dangerous levels at this point, and naturally the public nature of this feud would soon drag others into the drama. In Mo3's original live, he said that the beef between him and Freddie wasn't about Oak Cliff versus North Dallas because he has friends in Oak Cliff, even calling on the OGs to stick up for him.
This not about no Oak Cliff, North Dallas. This not none of that. This about us and them. I got partners from the Cliff fam. I got like we heard like we heard like so like I be already in there, bro. Like I'm already there. You capping? I need all the OG. I need all the OG stand up. This is an OG affair right now.
Now, after all of this went down, some Dallas OGs would go on Real Life for an interview denying that they were involved in Mo3's beef, with this apparently going on after a since-deleted Say Cheese post suggested that Mo3 was banned from his own hood.
After reportedly being banned from his own city for making a controversial diss record, Dallas rapper Hot Boy Mo3 returns to his hood in North Dallas. I didn't know he dropped us something against Yella Beezy. You know, because we don't got nothing against Yella Beezy or Trap Boy. This ain't no Oak Cliff, North Dallas thing. On some shit you got going with Yella Beezy, man, we not going for that, bro. We ain't got nothing to do with Yella Beezy, a Trap Boy Freddie, and Mo3 beef. That's what that happened. We don't even know nothing about that shit.
Following that, Mo3 then appeared on a real-life interview of his own, denying claims made the previous day that he's not respected in the North, with Mo3 appearing surrounded by his own lineup of North Dallas goons and going on to call out blogs for posting fake news and instigating drama in the city.
People say Mo3 can't come to North Dallas. You know how mad I be?
Yeah.
Who said I can't? What the They just gonna put that on there like that's really like that, like somebody standing on that. That's straight up and down, fam. Bloggers is bloggers. I get mad every time. Every time a blogger puts the wrong up, I get mad. I can't, you know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, only a few weeks after this, violence would be sparked on the streets of Dallas once again, when on March the 13th, 2019, a friend of Mo3's by the name of James Browning Jr., aka Bubba, would be shot dead outside of a South Dallas convenience store, with the entire shooting captured on camera and broadcast on the news, but is way too violent to show you on YouTube. Following the murder, Go Yayo would gloat on Facebook saying Mo3's songs got his friends killed. Meanwhile, Mo3 would honor Bubba in posts, saying that he was at big record label meetings, thinking of nothing but his fallen friend. At this point, the beef is beginning to spiral out of control, with Mo3 running around seemingly pulling up on people and dragging the local OGs into the drama, seemingly completely unafraid of what the consequences might be. But strangely, awfully silent during this period was Yella Beezy, who decided to remain behind the scenes and not take the bait, moving in silence, focusing for the time being on his buzzing music career, and the following month dropping one of the biggest songs that he had released to date. And from there, it wouldn't take long for another clash to pop off with Mo3, this time with the police getting involved. Following his recovery, the first big single that Yella Beezy dropped was the smash hit Back At It Again on March the 15th, 2019, with this track coming with big features from the likes of Quavo of the Migos and Gucci Mane. And a music video came out the following month, which to date has racked up close to 80 million views. This song would land on the Billboard Hot 100 charts too, peaking at number 78, and by the end of the year it was even certified gold. But the track also had some cryptic lyrics that referenced the Tollway shooting and the beef in his city, with Yella Beezy rapping, "Last month I got shot, I've been went up on features, body for body, my dudes are some demons, we tit for tat, leave you busted and bleeding." This track was from his 2019 mixtape Back End Beezy, which also featured the track Restroom Occupied featuring Chris Brown. And despite the tension and close brush with death, by this point it seemed as if Yella Beezy was truly back at it again and taking his career to brave new heights. Meanwhile, Trap Boy Freddy was goading the opposition too, showing off a newly renovated Sprinter bus following Mo3's allegations of somebody having had their Sprinter shot up. In June 2019, Mo3 would release his new video for the track Alter Ego, aka Mo3 versus Osama. And this song would see Mo3 introduce the world to his new alter ego, Osama 3 Laden. Yeah, that's really what he called himself, along with revealing his provocative iced out Osama pistol chain that he would become synonymous with. This song would see Mo3 rapping back and forth between his two alter egos, Mo3 and Osama 3 Laden, his evil side, an apparent body-catching demon. Clearly Mo3 didn't mind playing the villain in his city, to the point where he would nickname him after one of the most hated terrorists in American history. And with that mindset, it's really no surprise that things would pop off once again between these Dallas rappers, with the next clash happening in July 2019, when allegedly a promoter attempted to book Mo3 and Yella Beezy to play the same concert, the 2019 Unruly Citizens Festival at the Ford Center. Mo3 would arrive to perform, being told by police he would not be allowed to enter the venue where Yella Beezy was, ultimately leading to him being arrested, with Mo3 Mo3 broadcasting his own arrest on IG Live.
Hey, what's your first name, sir?
Melvin Noble.
Nobos?
N-O-B-L-E.
Hey, what's your birthday?
May 31st.
May 31st?
1992.
That's your real birthday.
So when a client comes to us with an ask to launch an influencer,
Damn. So he went to do a show with the nigga and got booked? What? No, man. Cut it out. So, what? Did he have a warrant?
I'm on the show, bro. I ain't did nothing. I'm on the show. I ain't did nothing.
You're not in the show, dude.
Huh?
You're not in the show.
When? Since when?
You got canceled.
I ain't know that, sir.
Mo3 would be escorted from the venue in handcuffs, later taking to social media to mock the police and Yella Beezy for having him removed from the show, and suggesting that a flyer that had both Mo3 and Yella Beezy's names on it had been taken down from the internet, leading some skeptics to suggest that Mo3 was never booked to perform there at all.
I ain't going in the show if he in the building. I ain't gonna do the show if he's still here. I told y'all it was a problem. My son feared for his safety. Y'all need to get him out of here. Okay, we're gonna hit him with trespassing. Sir, you have a warrant, sir. You're not supposed to be here. What? Well, I got a warrant. Oh, now I'm trespassing. Which one is it? I just can't do my show. Sir, you're not on the show since when? Since when I ain't on the show? My name on the flyer. Oh, they took all the flyers down out their page. So now people saying he was never on the show, folks. I ain't got no beef and no rap. I don't know what y'all talking about. I came here to do a show. Well, they told us, we see you on the premises, gonna get you up out of here. Who told y'all that? Blake, you told me that Dallas gang unit called and said, y'all got to take Mo3 off the show because he's a gang member. I thought whatchamacallit was neighborhood. I thought he was rolling 60 Crip. That don't make no sense, man. Come on, y'all killing me with these lies, man. Y'all sit there and book me for the show. Had all my people and fans buy tickets. I wasn't in there 20 minutes.
Now, various versions of the flyer with Mo3's name have been posted online, but Yella Beezy himself would also claim that this was a fake flyer, suggesting that Mo3 cannot get booked anywhere or make money like him, suggesting that Mo3's whole narrative of getting thrown out of the show was fake, basically suggesting that the whole arrest was just a gimmick to try and get attention, basically a publicity stunt.
Let's get one thing straight. You is up and can't get booked nowhere, so y'all trying to play these stupid ass kumbaya game, making fake flyers, trying to get people to think that we cool and shit ain't sweet on this end. Ain't now on the same motherfucker fly as me at all. You know what I'm saying? If you really booked on a motherfucking flyer, show your contracts. Everybody gotta have contracts when you getting paid for a show or you doing free shows. If you was on the show, why the did you walk through the front of the building? Everybody know when you an artist, you walk through the back of the building. So why the did you walk through the front of it if you own the show? Man, come on, man, you just playing motherfucking games, man. Ain't nobody want even around the motherfucking vicinity of the motherfucking venue when you try to pull up. Out of all the motherfucking shows we've been doing in Dallas, we do shows all across Dallas, Fort Worth, all this shit. Why the fuck would you go to the one that's in Frisco when you know they're gonna have a whole bunch of police? For you can be safe. You so focused on trying to ride my wave and trying to look at my motherfucking pocket, you can't do your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all that publicity, it's not gonna get you nowhere. You trying to come up off gimmicks. That's why you can't come up, because gimmicks don't last long. That's why I ain't with y'all, because the whole city know you hoes. The whole city know you. All y'all want to do is pull publicity stunts. Ain't about you solid, man. That's why you can't get past, because you trying to come up off gimmicks instead of being authentic with you trying to watch what's going on over here. Mad at the paper, man. I ain't worried. What the fuck I'm gonna worry about? Who trying to do free shows? I just got 70,000 this week off shows. I done made 70 this week off shows. So why the fuck am I worried about who trying to do shows for free?
Trapboy Freddy would also take to social media to call Mo3's arrest a publicity stunt.
A publicity stunt. Oh, look at the fire. I want to be relevant. Dumb. Hey, let me be with them. Look at that over there. Hey, you ain't one of us. Shit on the other side. I really don't think you went to jail today. Me personally, I don't think you went to jail. But if you did for trespassing, whatever, come on, man, suck it up, man. Go burn out. What ass? That's a misdemeanor, bro.
2 days after that incident, a clip would be posted to Vlad TV where Vlad asks Yella Beezy about the beef with Mo3, with Yella Beezy claiming to have no idea who Mo3 is, also denying having ever heard Mo3's diss song 219.
After we did the interview with you, I interviewed Mo3.
Who?
Mo3.
I don't know who that is. Where you from?
I think he's from the same place you're from. Same area.
Dallas?
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Never heard of him?
I know everybody from my city making noise.
MO3 dropped a song called 219. Some people say it's a diss song towards you.
I ain't never heard it.
Clearly, Mo3 was still feeling sore about what had happened at the venue, and no doubt Yella Beezy denying his existence only angered him more. So the following day, on July the 30th, 2019, Mo3 releases a music video for the track Let Me Find Out, where he appeared to go at Yella Beezy directly, referencing being ejected from that concert where they were both supposed to play together, suggesting that the police recommended he leave due to Beezy not wanting him there, with Mo3 suggesting that he had lied to police, saying that he was friends with Beezy to try and get in the venue, and saying that he plans to shoot every diamond off his teeth, as well as once again referencing that shooting on the highway, and lyrics suggesting that Beezy had told his team that he wasn't going to the show if Mo3 was there, alleging that his manager had called and said that it wouldn't be safe. And he would even say on the outro of the track that the promoter had asked if it was okay to put Mo3 and Beezy on the same show, with Mo3 suggesting that he had no problem with it, and suggesting that the promoter had asked Beezy whether they could be in the same venue together, alleging Beezy had said that he doesn't want to be within 50 feet of Mo3. The day this track dropped, Go Yayo would take to Facebook to diss Mo3, and at some point Mo3 would take to IG Live once again to rant about his recent beefs in the city for close to an hour. First off, rebuffing claims that his arrest at the Ford Center was a publicity stunt, and saying that everybody will owe him an apology after he exposes the facts on live.
It's a publicity stunt. If you was one of them in the comments before I'm finna expose you, please apologize to me after this.
He would go on to show a flyer and an Instagram post confirming that he was indeed booked for the show.
Who I was on the phone with? I was on the phone with unruly citizens. That's who, the concert at the Ford Center. Unruly. Let me show you how, man. So, unruly. There they go. Unruly.
Mo3 would explain that there were 4 promoters, and that one of 4 promoters claimed that Beezy called them and said that he doesn't want Mo3 to be there.
You got a couple members of Unruly. It's like a group of them. At first, you had 3 of them saying, okay, cool, it's good for the show. And then you got this one saying, man, I don't like saying he rapping. Man, I don't know if that's a good idea, man. What you call it? It's calling us saying they don't want to be on the show with them and whoop and all this. We don't want to, we done already paid them and stuff. And, we're just now adding you on. They just added me on. They did. I'm already doing shows.
Mo3 claimed to have told the promoters that there was no beef between him and Yella Beezy, with them saying that Beezy told them that there was beef and that Mo3 had asked them to put Beezy on the phone, which they wouldn't do.
Now, I don't got no beef with no rapper. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about no rap beef. I don't have that. Sir, what you talking about? Man, he said that y'all got a problem. He said that. Let me talk to him. Put him on the phone. Nah, we can't do that. Man, just put us on the phone, man. This business. I ain't got no rap beef.
Hey, Lance Saputo here, obsessive stock market trader and creator of the Master Indicator. Can I tell you something?
Mo3 went on to say that he thought he was booked for the show, even saying that Future, one of the headliners, shared the flyer with Mo3's name on it publicly, suggesting that they only deleted the flyers mentioning Mo3 after the event.
I will say this, bro. I will say this. The way that boy said this business, I know he would have been a problem like 50 Cent. If he ever would have been able to live and not get fucked up in no Rico shit with the feds, and if he was lucky to escape some bullshit with all the fuck shit that done went on involving that whole situation. That nigga had the potential to be great like 50. For real, like on the level of entertainment wise, how the nigga like comedian, talented with the music, and business minded, like, you know what I'm saying, coming up from the gutter. That nigga, I see it in him. I could see that shit. He would have been like the South, like he would have been like a different version of it. I'm telling you.
Had taken place without Mo.
So I told the promoter, I'm good. I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Book me, I'm gonna do my shit. I don't know nothing about no rap beat. So he was like, man, 3, you for real? I'm like, bro, for real, bro. All my kids. How y'all think I got on this show? Is y'all at y'all mind? Did y'all really think I just popped up out of somewhere? I was promoted on the radio, billboard ads, and hold on, Future even posted me. Future, you can't, if y'all don't believe me, Future page, when he promoted the shows, they waited till y'all was saying, they waited till the internet started saying, he wasn't even on the show. They was like, oh, bet, the internet think he wasn't even on the show. Let us hurry up and go delete all the promotion we did of him. So I'm looking like, they deleted it. Guess what? I recorded it. Future. This Future page. This, watch this. See, they wasn't too quick on their feet. Look, this Future page. Future, Wednesday at 9:23. Who name that say at the bottom? Oh, apologize to me, y'all. Say sorry, MO3. So Future lying about me being on this show, this Future page. This is real page. Say sorry, MO3.
MO3 would go on to say that he felt like the venue and the promoters finessed him, even going as far as to play a recording of the promoter supposedly telling MO3 he was all clear to perform.
And then they called me back 2 days later and said, okay, we made up our mind, you can get on. You think I'm lying? Guess what? Y'all recorded it! Let's let the game begin. They called me at 11:50 in the morning. Listen, and this is what they told me. They said, okay, we all came to an agreement. You can get on the show again. I'm like, so I told you I ain't tripping with the rapper. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about that rap beef. I'm steady saying that. I'm hollering at this whole time. Hello? What's going on? All right, MO3. This is great for unruly citizens.
You know, how you vibe is ready for Saturday. You know, we just want to make sure that we have a good show, like we don't have, anything extra. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. Yeah, no, we good. Let me run it back. He said, I just want to let you know, I hope you're ready for Saturday. Hope you have a good show.
Yeah, no, we good. I'm Gucci. I'm just ready to rock out, do my thing. We're not trying to, escalate any situation. We just want to put on a good show for our first event here with the Cowboys, you know?
Yeah, I'm on the same page as y'all.
We just want to speak to the people directly so we can feel comfortable because obviously we see what you can do. You have a good crowd, so that's going to help our show. But we just want to make sure everybody's safe because it's the Lady Suburban show.
Listen, did you hear what he said? He said, obviously, you're very good at what you do. We would love to have you on the show. You can bring in a crowd, and it's going to help our show. A show that y'all said I wasn't on. Y'all better apologize to me, bro. Y'all hurt my feelings. This is the who run the show.
We're not going to take you off the show.
Listen, we're not going to take you off the show. Did you hear what the promoter said? Tell me sorry. Stop playing with me. Tell me sorry.
MO3 would go on to say that the police outside the venue told him that Yella Beezy specifically claimed he didn't feel safe with MO3 in the venue.
I'm confused why I'm handcuffed. I'm confused why y'all violate me. I'm an artist, sir. I'm verified, sir. Sir, what you doing, sir? I'm supposed to be here, sir. Your show has been canceled. When, sir? I don't know nothing about that. When did they cancel the show? When? He got me in the car and said, you had beef with a rapper. I don't have beef with no rapper. Well, that's what him and his team is saying. Him and his team are telling us that they don't want to be near you. Wow. What's going to happen in Frisco?
MO3 would then address Yella Beezy's DJ Vlad interview, where he said that he didn't know who he was just the day before this, with MO3 saying rather menacingly, how are you going to say you don't know me when you felt me?
Why you get on Vlad TV talking about you don't know me? When you don't felt me, you get what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, you felt my presence before, sir. I didn't act like I didn't know you, sir. I said he's a good rapper.
MO3 then proceeded to mock Yella Beezy for telling Vlad he doesn't know him, but telling the police all about their business.
You know what you could have did? You could have told them like me, it wasn't no smoke, and then they would have let us get in there. We would have been in the same. You ain't gonna do that, did you? No, you ain't gonna do that. I know. It's okay. I ain't mad at you. I am mad at you. Nah, I ain't mad at you. I'm just playing with you. You made me look like a liar. You made me look like a liar to the cops, man. Because I sit up there and I was trying to, keep it real and say that it was not any beef, because I don't even know anything about no beef. And you went right over there with your little light skin and you told those folks it was some smoke. You told those folks you cannot be by me. Sir, you were sweating, sir. They told me, sir, you were sweating, sir. Sir, I would have loved to see you sweat.
Now, to be fair, Mo3 does kind of go on to contradict himself here, playing a call that apparently shows the promoter telling him that he was being taken off the show because of his gang ties.
Mo3, we got to put you off the show. I say, what? What you mean you got to put me off the show? Because you're a gang member. I said, isn't whatchamacallit a Crip? I said, do you have something against Bloods? I didn't know it was illegal to be a gang member. As long as you're not doing gang member crimes, it's okay. You have the freedom of speech and freedom to represent whatever you want to represent. You know, they got Ku Klux Klan out here. 50 Cent was gang banging once upon a time. He's successful. Sir, I'm not comprehending Lil Wayne. I always say, so woo. He's successful. Y'all think I'm lying? They said I could cook because I was a gang member. Guess what?
Bitch,
I'm recording! The Dallas gang. Oh, gang unit police.
Yeah, call them.
Listen, he said the Dallas gang unit police called them and said, y'all have gang members on y'all show. And they said, who? And I guess I'm the only gang member. So they had to take me off, but I thought whatchamacallit was a 6-0 neighborhood Crip. Right? That don't, come on, man. Y'all got something against them banner hunters? Whoa, 282. Whoa. But he over there talking about neighborhood, let the seeds lie. But I'm the only gang member. This that put both of us on the show. These facts. Y'all ain't gonna make me look bad. What I'm lying for? Clout chasing for what?
And after some bounty hunter blood banging on the phone, Mo3 would claim that after his arrest, he managed to get the promoter to admit that it was Yella Beezy who didn't want him in the show, not the gang unit.
Mo3. But you just said they said they got all them gang members. Why I'm the only gang member that got to be taken out? How they just gonna call me a gang member? I'm not blaming nothing on the police. Listen, this him. Mo3 on the show. Is it good? Don't blame nothing on the police all the time. Stop that. Don't do that.
I'm not blaming nothing on the police officer. What I'm trying to tell you is that on Wednesday.
Hold on. No. I understand it. Listen, a rapper and his management felt like it was a bad idea. True or false? No, watch me get quiet. Hello? Listen. He didn't want to listen. All this was a bad idea. Don't stop blaming the police. All this is going on. All this commotion caused up. I'm going to jail because a rapper is getting on your by letting me on the show because he feared for his mother safety. How many times did you tell me that? And I said, why would he fear for his safety? I can't do nothing up here.
In the end, Mo3 spoke his piece and seemingly proved to the world that he was at least booked for the show at some point, rather than the whole thing being a publicity stunt. But at the same time, it does sound like he kind of knew he wasn't entirely welcome when he turned up at the venue. And even denying that all of this was for publicity, the promotion and subsequent Instagram live rant was indeed good publicity for Mo3. And despite Mo3 claiming time and time again that he could have been in the same venue with Yella Beezy without any drama, we all know that's not true. And from here on out, it would only take a couple of months before Mo3 and his ops would indeed find themselves at the same venue. And unsurprisingly, it all...
We don't know that's not true. We don't know that because it never happened. You can't even say that no more. We don't know that. It's like when motherfuckers say they are what they would do in a situation that never happened to them. No, you wouldn't, bitch. We don't. We weed it out. We know you wouldn't do that. Shut the fuck up.
Following on from Mo3 being rejected from the concert at the Ford Center where the Yella Beezy performed, he would continue to have back and forths with his biggest rival on social media. On October the 2nd, he appeared in a Say Cheese interview where he jokingly suggested that he might be willing to settle the beef in a celebrity boxing match, echoing Roy Lee's earlier sentiments.
Celebrity boxing man, you understand me? Three versus whatchamacallit, T Diddy, knock T Diddy out third round. You get what I'm saying? Boom, 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 he got nuts. You know what I'm saying? And then whatchamacallit, just the icing on the cake. You know, that's really what they want to see. They don't want to see T Diddy. You get what I'm saying? Like, facts. You get what I'm saying? Like, the T Diddy, the backup down, so we're going to go get him out first. Let him come out, do his dance around the ring, whoop, scoop him up, he out there.
Despite saying that he would knock them out in the ring, Mo3 would go on to say in a less joking manner that it's possible he could have squashed the beef had he been allowed backstage at the Ford Center that day.
Could he have been squashed that day? It could have been squashed, probably. You get what I'm what I'm saying? When the promoter said, hey, do you think you can be on the same show as whatchamacallit? Duh. What is you talking about, bro? I do 1,000 shows. Ain't no man gonna stop me from not getting on stage. You get what I'm saying?
Later in August, Yella Beezy's full DJ Vlad interview would drop, where he would discuss the tollway shooting, telling Vlad that he would not forgive the shooter, even going as far as to say that if his shooter apologized to him, they wouldn't make it out of the building because Beezy wants his get back.
Now, you not finna come and try to say, I'm the that shot you and think you finna walk away. I'm gonna get my lick back.
Also in the interview, Beezy would discuss his monster jewelry collection, suggesting that at this point in his career, he has 7 figures at least in ice alone.
Would you say you have $1 million in jewelry at this point?
Sure.
Clearly, Beezy was doing very well for himself off of shows. In fact, do you remember when Mo3 didn't get let into the concert and Yella Beezy went on that rant where he said that Mo3 gets no bookings and makes no money and bragged about all the money he was making from shows?
Don't be worried about another. I done make 70 plus this week out shows, man. How the can I worry about another? I do this every week. I'm good for 3 shows a week, including after parties. So you add that up. How the am I gonna even have the knowledge or even try to have the time to motherfucker pay attention to another? How? I'm getting to some money. I ain't worried about you.
Well, clearly these words got in Mo3's head, because after Yella Beezy's DJ Vlad interview, Mo3 would be seen on social media spending $90,000 in jewelry, seemingly proving to the world that he's not short of money.
Yeah, man. That's how they connect. Come on, man. Come here. Come here, man. That's it, man. Get that. That drip. That drip, man. Get that drip. Oh, yeah. That way. That way. Get my boy. Get my boy. Let me know what we doing. I know
Look at him. Happy to
That's
take a nigga
around.
money. Happy to do that
60 for the watch, 30
happy
for
to,
the chain.
Happy
to tax a nigga 90 bands for some shit that only costs 30. Bitch, you nigga, it don't even cost 30, bitch, man.
Month, Mo3 would
Get it
appear
for
on No
about
Jumper, where Adam
25.
22 asked Mo3 what it would take for the beef to settle down, with Mo3 echoing Roy Lee, saying that he wants to fight his ops in the ring for money and settle things that way.
Would be able to like sit down and sort it out. You suggested a boxing match in your Say Cheese interview.
Yeah, look. I just want to punch him down. If it's some beef. Cause I still don't know nothing about this beef. I'm not no boxer, but I'll punch him down. You get what I'm saying? It's like just to shut everybody up. Punch them down, we punch it out for some money, and we get the money to charity. You know what I'm saying? Give them to the kids. You know, the kids gonna love to see they hometown rappers scratch.
Smoke it out.
They gonna smoke it out in the gloves.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And once they do that, after I beat their ass, turn around and get them kids their money. You get what I'm saying?
Seemingly in response to this.
That actually is a good idea moving forward, I think. If niggas could actually get the nuts enough to do it. Y'all niggas getting money where y'all be having problems, y'all box it out and give the proceeds to the kids. But make sure it get to the kids though. Don't do no bullshit on no puss ass shit like we ain't gonna say that, but don't do no puss ass shit like them puss ass niggas.
This, Yella Beezy posted on his Instagram saying that he can't wait to punch Mo3. And unfortunately, only a few weeks after this, yet another confrontation between Mo3 and Freddie taking place at the CME merch shop would be leaked on video. As on the 26th of September, Freddie would share surveillance video allegedly showing Mo3 arriving to the store once again looking for a fight, with someone shouting in Mo3's face backed up by another man, allegedly Freddie holding what looks to be an assault rifle, with Freddie suggesting that this was the very day that Mo3's roam free pass was revoked. Mo3 would reply to this, mocking Freddie for standing there with a gun in his hand, whilst Mo3 himself was there, shirt off, ready to fight, and once again suggesting that this video had also been selectively edited. Mo3 would then take to Instagram, posting a video of him reacting to the footage and claiming that he came there unarmed to fight like a man.
It's so friendly. Fine. Look at this video. I'm shirt off in your hood at your store. Tell you put that man, I'm gonna beat you up, knock you out. And all your partners was around there. All your partners with you, I'm at your store in your hood on Sanger at your store next to the motherfucking lunchroom. Shirt off. Look in the video. I'm in his face. Shirt off. Put that strap down. I'm gonna knock your ass. He did it. He ain't never put that. Come on now, ain't no damn fool. I don't want to punch him too hard and he shoot the. Don't forget the fact, y'all. I came to his hood at his store. My shirt, you see my shirt off and my shorts on, no strap in my hand.
I could have bought a strap. Why I won't do all that, man? It's broad daylight. Why I won't do all that? I came to punch on you, just a little bit, and that was gonna be it. This got tough with this big gun in hand. He ain't even shoot the. You're never supposed to draw down on a person, sir, if you're not gonna,
MO3 would go on to say that the footage was 2 years ago and that he hasn't seen Freddie without a gun since, even questioning why Freddie didn't shoot him that day.
2 years ago. I ain't seen that since then without that gun. That's that video I was talking about. He still keep editing that up. Question of the day. How you let her come to your store, it's your store, on your block, check you, tell you fight, you draw down with a big AR.
And you don't motherfucking fight. God damn it. I don't know.
Ain't nothing happened to him. Hold on, so I came to your block, at your store, made your come outside, told you scratch. You drew down with an AR and you let him leave? Come on, man. I hope y'all ain't glorifying the fact that this had a strap and didn't want to scratch. It ain't like we seen each other somewhere else. I pulled up. That's what you call I pulled up. I came to where he at. And you let him leave. You let me leave. You drew out this big ass gun for nothing. Let me leave because you ain't want to punch it out and get your knocked out.
So you turned
That's
down
what the camera was going to show. You get your knocked out. You ain't want that this.
No, we call that curring. He curred. He curred from the head up challenge. Man, look, man. I remember, bro. It was like I used to under-exaggerate the number. I used to say it was like 30-something niggas chasing me, but my partner said, bro, it was like more than 50 niggas chasing you down that damn street. Like 50, like, all right, so it was about 60 niggas chasing me down the street. I'm trying to walk home. I'm 11. About 50, 60 niggas chasing me down the street. Probably 70 niggas. I don't know, man. I'm trying to go home. I ain't had shit to do with this shit. I know earlier that day, they chased a nigga down the street. We at my partner house this summertime. We deep down there. It's probably about 13 to 17 of us. Niggas just moved in over there. Chased the nigga that from the hood over there. They ain't even chasing. I guess they followed him. He got into it with them, and he just started making his way to the street. So he made his way over there. It was about 5 of them, 1 of him. So then we outnumbered them, so they felt scared. So they didn't want no action right then. Like 4 or 5 hours later, I'm lit in the hood. I'm about to walk home and shit. I'm walking down these nigga streets. I don't even think about the altercation that happened. I'm just know I'm trying to get to the crib. I'm 11. I'm lit, doing a whole bunch of shit I ain't supposed to be doing at 11, like 10:30. Trying to walk to the crib. I get all the way down the street. I'm about more than halfway down the street, and I get about 4 houses away from where these niggas at. I hear niggas say, "Hey, who that is coming down the street?" So I see about 7, 8 niggas in the yard and shit like that. Move around. I ain't worried about this shit like that, because bitch, I'm just trying to get home. I'm walking to the crib, bitch. I'm just, all right. I don't know what they talk about. So bitch, I see it's nighttime, so I see the motherfucking door open up. Like you see the light. You know how the light shine and shit from the door open because the light inside, so that you see the light. Then niggas just flood out that bitch. Like I'm talking about niggas just flood out. Little nigga flood out the back. I don't know what them niggas flood. This nigga just flood out the house, bro. And I'm lit, like, you know what I'm saying? I was drinking all type of 211 and shit. I shouldn't have been drinking, smoking weed and shit. But I know I'm fucked up, but I ain't that fucked up. I ain't really fucked up at all. But I went like this, because I'm like, man, I know I ain't seen a double. So I actually, them niggas started flooding, like, you know what I'm saying? There's a couple niggas coming out, so I'm still walking, but I done slowed down. But them niggas ain't stopped coming out the motherfucking house. So I actually stopped and went like this and went to count, and I got the 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I went to start turning around. 20, 21, 22. And niggas is still coming out the house. Hey, what the hell y'all got going? What the fuck is y'all got going on, bro? I'm trying to get to the crib. I still got goddamn with half a mile walk, bitch. What the fuck y'all want to do, bro? What the fuck is y'all tripping on? Nah, nigga, don't run. I'm like, run? I ain't even running. I'm walking away. Like, I don't know what the fuck y'all tripping on. So anyway, long story short, niggas take me down the street. Niggas talking about they gonna catch me. Niggas can't catch me. I end up catching my fade because I'm mad because these niggas that chase me down the street, I don't even know what the fuck these niggas tripping on. But one of these niggas finna fight me because I done got to home base. I know my niggas still, I know I'm straight. Somebody finna fight me. But bro, I forgot where I was going with this point. But that shit's fucked up. Like,
You got a reputation.
You can't turn down no fake. That's where I'm going. I ain't turning down. I like, you know, it got to be a dire situation. That was a dire situation. I still ain't turning down no fake. It's like, it was just, I don't know. It couldn't even bend my heart. It was just I ain't gonna say it was my pride. It was just like niggas had me fucked up. Like, bitch, what? But anyway, the nigga that I called out, the reason why them niggas was chasing me, he was actually 19. Imagine a 19-year-old current to an 11-year-old. Why the fuck you ain't fighting an 11-year-old if you got 50, 60 niggas chasing an 11-year-old down the street, nigga, and he called you out. I called him out because my partner like, hey, all right, they done chase you down the street. It's a whole bunch of niggas to pick from. It's a whole bunch of niggas to pick from. They didn't chase you down the street. You want to bump, right? So call out who you want, man. You, nigga, I want you. You the reason all these niggas down here, right? Yeah, man, come on, man. Take this. Nigga say he want to fight. What? You don't want to fight, bitch. Ain't you bitch, you grown, you 19. I'm 11. You current from me because I'm a little taller than you. His big cousin stepped up and bumped for him. His big cousin stepped up and bumped for him. This nigga 22. Tall, linky ass nigga, bro. You think I'm current? Hell no. Fuck niggas gotta fight me, bro. I'm satisfied that the pussy nigga done already curved, but I'm blowed. Like, bitch, you current and I know you grown. Like, you 19, you current? Like, you the reason these niggas over here and you current? You current out. Current out means to back down from a challenge. Back down from a physical challenge. Being a bitch, pussified, scared to fight. Current, all of these. That's current out. He curved out to an 11-year-old. That shit crazy, ain't it? So I don't respect niggas that do shit like that. Curve out on fight. Like, you do all the street shit. You have to fight, nigga. That's a challenge. There's no way. You know what? My partner said, bro, we got into a little disagreement in a car one time. I was taking him to work. He said, bro, when you come back to pick me up, bro, bring the gloves, bro. I'm going to be disappointed if you don't bring the gloves back. God damn it, I made sure. I said, I'm going to make sure I bring the motherfucker. The last thing I want is for you to be disappointed because I ain't bring some gloves for some shit that you asked for. So I'm gonna make sure. Guess what? I had one pair of my gloves. So guess what I went to do? I went all the way to the other side of the city and bought some gloves from a 24-hour Walmart that I knew was open, bitch. Because I was working there. So I went there. I went straight to. I knew exactly where I was at. Both gloves. By the time I got there and got back, it was time for him to get off anyway. Guess what we do? Bust them bitches right out the rapper and get the boxing. And that's why that's my motherfucking brother, nigga. If a nigga can't bump with me, he can't be my partner. If it's a disagreement, I can't bump with you and fade it out. You ain't my partner. Ain't no fan.
Clearly, MO3 was looking for Freddie to engage in a fist fight rather than a gunfight, and the following month he would finally get what he was looking for. Because at the 2019 Dallas State Fair in October, there was an altercation where Trap Boy Freddie allegedly caught MO3's manager Brandon Rainwater lacking at the fair and started a mass brawl. Grainy footage would later surface of the incident, which is too violent to show you on YouTube, but it would purport to show somebody being sucker punched before a mass brawl broke out in the middle of the fair, with it being suggested that the person who was initially rushed and punched being Brandon Rainwater himself. Following the supposed fight, Trap Boy Freddie would post from the fair telling Mo3 that his partner was getting beaten up.
You better get to the fight, your partner's already getting the wheel.
And sometime later, Freddie would post saying just how happy he was to finally punch someone with his big rings.
Oh, I finally got to hit a with the motherfucking rings. Yes, sir. Finally got to give me one. We had to have a 9th grade knockout. That's so fun to be, man.
Sadly, this would be only the first of several incidents where Mo3's enemies in the streets would physically attack the man managing his music career. And unfortunately, the next occasion where fists would fly in Rainwater's direction would be much more brutal and much more closely documented.
Do It Capital with Dividends Apparel, a company that believes in creating a positive impact today and later. That's why 10% of our net profits go to organizations that are helping people help themselves. So when you buy our high quality, unbeatably priced clothing, you're not just looking good, you're doing good. Visit dividendsapparel.com and get involved. Do It Capital with Dividends Apparel.
Dallas rap fans would be shocked when headlines hit that Mo3 had been shot in the head. He would go even further, supposedly posting footage of himself bleeding on Instagram after the alleged incident.
Hey, come on. Hey. Pull through here. I'm good. Shot me in my hand, grazed my back. Man, I'm good.
Now, it would later turn out that this shooting was entirely fake. In reality, it stemmed from a music video for his song Why, with the whole shooting thing just being a publicity stunt to promote his latest project, Osama, of course named after his destructive alter ego, Osama 3 Laden. This project featured numerous disses leveled at his ops in Dallas, as well as that scathing diss track 219, which had only raised tensions between the warring rappers in the city months.
So he did another video and then he claimed the guy shot in his head, and look how he went out. That's why niggas gotta keep that shit. The videos, bro, is power in the tongue, bro. Imagery, like, bro, that shit is somewhat manifestation. Niggas be kind of somewhat manifesting their own death and predicting their own shit before it happened on some bullshit. It's not even that they predicting it. They're manifesting it. They're creating that shit for the future. You got to change that shit.
Before. But unfortunately, as we saw at the Dallas State Fair, despite Mo3 claiming to be untouchable, his feuds were beginning to affect those around him. And moving into 2020 once again, Mo3's manager Brandon Rainwater would end up being on the receiving end of a beating meant for Mo3. Reports would surface that in January 2020, an altercation took place at popular nightclub V Live. Allegedly, Mo3's manager Brandon Rainwater arrived at V Live strip club, being told by security to wait outside. Eventually, he was spotted by Yella Beezy and his entourage, at which point a security guard holding a gun approached him along with Yella Beezy. Apparently realizing what was going on, Rainwater tried to run away, knowing he was about to be attacked. And eventually, the full surveillance footage showing the entire altercation would surface online. But once again, that's far too brutal to show you on YouTube. But in the video, we see Rainwater run out of the gates of the nightclub entrance into the street, being chased initially by one person thought to be Yella Beezy himself, with Beezy grabbing Rainwater's coat, pulling it off, and pulling him to the ground in the process, then beginning to punch and kick him on the floor. At this point, several members of the entourage rush into the street and join in on the brutal beating, with Rainwater trying to escape, ultimately being dragged into the middle of a busy intersection close to moving traffic. At one point, Rainwater is thrown in front of incoming SUVs, and it's honestly a miracle he wasn't run over and killed. Eventually, the group of around 5 people taking part in the beating would turn around and run back to the club, leaving a seriously injured Rainwater laying in a busy street, unable to get back to his feet as traffic speeds past him. Shortly after this, another clip would surface showing Beezy and his entourage running back to the club, with Beezy himself yelling on camera that he had beaten up Rainwater all by himself.
For real. That's what they're running. Ran for one. I beat him up. I don't leave, yo.
This incident left Rainwater with a dislocated hip, and he would eventually sue Yella Beezy for $1 million in damages. And Mo3 would react to the news of the vicious assault on his manager in an Instagram live session, where he would say that his ops don't get any points for beating up a professional from the industry who isn't in a gang.
No points. No points. He gets no points. The video going around that hit the internet. The video done surface. You can't J no that's not like that, that's not cut like that, and ain't even trying to be like that. And think, oh yeah, that's how we riding. Know what's up? Ooh, Rainwater. Let me say his name, cause I keep saying, whatchamacallit beats up Mo3's manager. First of all, I want y'all to understand that's the only way the views, the numbers, and everything gonna go up, because it got my name in the front of it. First of all, y'all taking it like a whoop me or something, dodging me, ducking me, ain't even trying to be in no vicinity of me. I don't know why I'm a friendly rapper, but I know what's up. Anyway, listen, this ain't even about me. Fam, the video come up I'm finna show y'all both videos. You get, cause guess what they recorded it. Rainwater, my manager, is not no street. He graduated high school and went to college, sir. You get what I'm saying? He was promoting and throwing college parties for a living. He wasn't selling drugs. He wasn't gang banging. He wasn't locking B's and C's. He wasn't doing none of that. You get what I'm saying? Let me say that again. Rainwater, MO3's manager, it's not no street. He's not no street. He ain't out here. He pull his pants up on his ass, and whoop the whoop, and you know what I'm saying? Talk like he got some sense. You get what I'm saying? He's scary. He's scary. Why is 5 chasing down a scary man? Huh? You don't get no points for that. Then you walk back to the car talking about, yeah, I beat him up. I beat him up. Guess what? They recorded. He's not street at all. He be mad at me for some of the shit I be doing. And I gotta tell him, man, God damn, come on, scary. Fam, y'all whooped the scary. And y'all ain't even whooping good. I'm disappointed. If that were me and my partners, and we would have caught that boy lagging like that, we would have did him dirty. Y'all ain't doing dirty, man. Come on, man. Live one of these busts.
A little dirty, man.
Come on, man. Y'all stomped on him a couple times, kicked him, tripped him. That's wet. When you jail, you supposed to go in. You supposed to go to the max. You supposed to get that boy to business. Why would you want a bunch of other big, ugly
him? He's talking about damn million.
You right. You like that, you could have just whooped him yourself. Then I asked him. Then they talking about where he ran. You see him running?
That's why I know he ran.
I asked that how I called him. I said, Rain, how you run? He say 3. They came out of nowhere.
Get around somebody that can call him.
How it happened? He said, I was finna walk in the club, and I had got in the car, and they came out of nowhere. He said, and a couple of them had straps. He said, you already know how I feel about all that. I said, oh, yeah, bitch, you was up out of there, wasn't you? You were gone. I see your face right now. But I was trying to figure out, why did they do you like that? Did they thought you was me? Nah, they ain't thought that. Yeah, nah, you too tall.
Nah, man, I know, because pussy niggas just be pussy niggas. They do whole ass shit like that. I remember some fuck niggas from a football team called themselves Jumping My Little Partner, and he had a muscle deficiency, right? They left the nigga knocked out and shit on one of like the side streets in my hood, right? But they would have never did no puss ass shit like that to neither one of us, because they couldn't. And then the coach gonna try to motherfucking get me to play on team. I'm like, man, fuck that puss ass football team, bitch.
You too slim. Your haircut different.
Niggas just take advantage of the situation because they be hoes, man. They be whole ass.
Okay.
And then the nigga was a nigga that had nothing to do with nothing. They just did it because he was around and they knew he was around us and he from the hood and shit like that. Bitch, he just stayed over there. That was my nigga because he stayed over there. That was little cheese, bitch. Y'all niggas pussy niggas. I be thinking about this certain shit I think about to this day, bro. That shit happened 20 years ago. I still be mad about that shit, bro. Like, it be some whole ass shit. That shit'll make a nigga mad all over again. Like, bro, y'all niggas was some bitch ass niggas, bro. Like, niggas slap the fuck out you fuck niggas, and you niggas know it. Nigga almost got me expelled from a school because niggas went to telling all type of fuck shit to get me put out because they was scared of me and shit. Like, on some bitch ass shit, bitch. Like, they already knew, bitch. I stayed across the street from the school. Like, I handle you, bitch, and I already know they finna try to do something, so I just go home and let them call my people phone. Fuck wrong with y'all niggas.
Then he telling me why he running. You screaming, get the car. Nah, come here.
I be telling little cousin, man, stay out the street, bro. This shit ain't nothing, bro. This shit just be bitch ass shit. All this shit temporary, bro. All this whole ass shit don't mean nothing. Nigga, I hate it. Like, nothing. It's some better shit, some more shit to transfer energy after this. But this shit right here is just a game for motherfuckers to watch us. Like, shit temporary. Do what you gotta do to survive, nigga.
He's
you alive.
High school graduate, went to college / club promoter, now turned into a manager. Sir, he doesn't have a track record, sir. He does now. The way you and the rest of you ran him down. I told him you should have ran track.
After this, Yella Beezy and Trap Boy Freddy would take to IG Live themselves, going back and forth about the fight in a short freestyle.
Hey,
What's up, Freddie? Hey, what's up, Freddie? Yeah.
Hold up.
Freddie. Freddie.
Ooh, seen him running down the street, boy. Like, I done seen him was running from the pipe. Hey.
Yeah, little Freddie.
Man, I seen the tape.
What happened? What tape?
Little bro.
This whole loud going hard. What tape?
No! Man, little bro, you seen that old fool?
Here, hold on. Shut your Kermit the Frog, sipping my tea.
Oh, I'm just saying my yak.
And then a few days later, Mo3 would go live on Facebook once again.
Did the nigga call his jit a hoe? That's crazy. Yeah. Couldn't have been his jit.
Again, saying that he's blackballed by the industry and expressing frustration that if he did what Yella Beezy did, he would be in prison immediately.
Keep it real. If that was me chasing a manager down, fam, who ain't even like that, chasing a manager down with my partners and we do them dirty, I'm going to be bonding out. I'm going to be going live as soon as I get out of jail saying, y'all, let me tell y'all what happened.
Cause niggas gonna be in critical condition and shit. You just said you gonna damn near nigga, man.
Ooh, them facts. Every time I pop up somewhere, I'm going to jail. Y'all stop ignoring the fact that every time I pop up somewhere, I'm going to jail.
He would go on to say that Beezy got exposed by the surveillance footage after claiming he beat Rainwater up all by himself, when in reality, it was a group jumping.
Why did you say you beat him up by yourself? Why did you make that video? I beat him up, me. I beat him up, me, by myself. That's first evidence. Then boom,
that nigga was recording.
we later on get second evidence
to the car.
that y'all jailed. Who beat him up?
I beat him up.
Mo3 would even react to the footage and say that Yella Beezy's girlfriend was hyping the situation up.
You got your baby moms out there, Pete. What she say? Hold on, I gotta run that back. That's what you do, baby. That's right, baby. That's what you do, baby. Oh, always, you can tell she ain't never seen jump. She was infatuated. That's right, baby. That's what you do. Girl, you don't get your big ass on and go sell a wig. Girl, you better take your ass on and go sell a lace front. He ain't did nothing.
Mo3 would go on to say that Yella Beezy's homies would be mad that he was claiming credit for the beating and suggesting that local Crips were disappointed when all of the footage came out.
This how the call conversation went when they left. This how the conversation went. So she said, that's right, baby. That's what you do. Go sell a wig. Get your ass on. They got right in the car. I can hear them now. Yeah, cuz you see I did that, cuz, yeah, how yeah, doing all that Facebook bumping, cuz, yeah, caught that, yeah, cuz. Here go the other in the back. The other in the back probably looking like, bro, you ain't really do nothing, bro. Damn, you ain't gonna say my part, what I did? Y'all gonna let him take all the credit? Then video come out, they talking about, damn. I seen a lot of statuses like that. Damn, cuz, let me down. All the Crip niggas talking about, damn, cuz, let me down.
Mo3 would then go on to suggest that this must be the first time Yella Beezy has jumped anyone because of how excited he was after the incident.
He was happy in the... It's your first time jumping somebody? Oh my God, it's your first time jumping somebody? That's your first time jumping somebody. You too happy. He was too happy, fool.
Moving on from this unpleasant incident, thankfully, Mo3 was able to turn his focus back to music, with his next project gaining him another taste of mainstream recognition. On Valentine's Day 2020, releasing a joint project with Boosie called Badass Mo3, with this landing at 135 on the Billboard 200 albums charts, and spawning the hit track One of Them Days again, with that releasing with a video in July that today sits at close to 60 million views. It's possible that remaining so close to Mo3 during the peak of their beef made Boosie a target too, but more on that later. For now, Mo3 wasn't the only one in Dallas pushing their music career forward. In May 2020, Yella Beezy and Trapboy Freddy would drop a joint track called Racks, which racked up 16 million views. And this was from their joint mixtape released around the same time, I'm My Brother's Keeper, which also had the track Ye Ain't Like That an apparent Mo3 diss casting doubt on his gangster credentials, and the track Money on Your Head that seemingly confirms Mo3's claims that his rivals had indeed put a price on his head. But not content to let the beef settle, Mo3 would return with a new song in June, once again taking aim at his rivals. His new song, I'm the Truth, featured generic lyrics hinting at having done something to his rivals, as well as making a long speech on the outro calling Trapboy Freddy a backup dancer and claiming to have pulled up on him on his birthday, as well as suggesting that he pressed Yella Beezy on numerous occasions and saying he got his chain snatched at King of Diamonds. Clearly Mo3 wasn't going to let this beef settle anytime soon, and the following month he'd be seen on social media, seemingly mocking the ops once again, this time for apparently attending a funeral, and saying that when he used to be friends with Trapboy Freddy, Freddy would tell Mo3 to leave Beezy alone.
What's wrong with y'all stupid? He ain't like that. He ain't like what? You still keep going to funerals. Ain't like what? Shut the f up. But listen, bro. Everybody know y'all can still on some 11 every time. And you gotta come hard in it all week. You talking about he ain't like that? Bro, the backup dancer already used to tell me when I used to come to the hood, I used to come to y'all hood. Man, leave whatchamacallit alone, bro. Leave my alone, bro. You know he ain't like that, bro. You know, and y'all gonna make a song talk, he ain't like that. I'm the truth. Yeah. Hey, you talking about big old something walking down the train. And then let me tell you this. You drop the whole mixtape, my song, cut all that. They go do, take the numbers. Hey, you talking about pressure. You listen. You pop out so we can play Call of Duty. Quit talking about paying. Pop out so we can play Call of Duty and get you one.
With Trapboy Freddy responding to Mo3 in a tirade of posts on Instagram, suggesting that people dying in the streets is nothing new, and saying that Mo3 is hiding and not enjoying himself in Dallas, and that he will be killed when he is seen in public. Suggest that Mo3 only turned up beating him at the store for internet beef, even going as far as to say that Mo3 is going to die wearing all his diamonds. Clearly this beef was far from over, and soon another escalation would take place, with Mo3 seeming to be put in the same situation that he'd been put in Fort Worth many years before, finding himself at a nightclub once again, being forced to use firearms.
You and I were both lied to since childhood. We were told since we were her age that we had to save up cash to get started into real estate. In fact, I was told I had to go to school, I had to get a license, I had to do all of these things just to get my start in real estate. Corbin, do we have to go to school to get started in real estate?
My daddy didn't go to college.
That's right. Her daddy did not go to school or college, and her daddy
To defend himself. On September the 19th, 2020, V-Live in Houston, Texas was hosting a twerk wars party when violence erupted in the early hours of the morning. The news would report that a rapper was targeted in a shooting, with some later suggesting that this was actually an attempt on Mo3's life gone wrong. ABC News reported that the rapper and his posse had shot back in a gunfight at the club, with the news stating that suspects opened fire at the rapper upon his arrival, with the rapper's entourage shooting back into a crowd.
According to Houston police,
you beat him up by yourself. Why did you make that video? I beat him up. Me. I beat him up. Me, by myself. That's first evidence. Then boom. We later on get second evidence that y'all jailed. Who beat him up? I beat him up.
Mo3 would even react to the footage and say that Yella Beezy's girlfriend was hyping the situation up.
You got your baby mom out there, Pete. What she say? Oh, I gotta run that back. That's what you do, baby. That's right, baby. That's what you do, baby. Whole hour way, you can tell she ain't never seen jump. She was infatuated. That's right, baby. That's what you do. Girl, you don't get your big ass on and go sell a wig. Girl, you better take your ass on and go sell a lace front. He ain't did nothing.
Mo3 would go on to say that Yella Beezy's homies would be mad that he was claiming credit for the beating and suggesting that local Crips were disappointed when all of the footage came out.
This how the call conversation went when they left. This how the conversation went. So she said, that's right, baby. That's what you do. Go sell a wig, get your ass on. They got right in the car. I can hear them now. Yeah, cause you see I did that, cause yeah, how yeah, doing all that Facebook bumping, cuz, yeah, caught that, yeah, cuz. Here go the other in the back. The other in the back probably looking like, bro, you ain't really doing nothing, bro. Damn, you ain't gonna say my part, what I did? Y'all gonna let him take all the credit? Then video come out, they talking about, damn. I seen a lot of statuses like that. Damn, cuz, let me down. All the crib niggas talking about, damn, cuz, let me down.
Mo3 would then go on to suggest that this must be the first time Yella Beezy has jumped anyone because of how excited he was after the incident.
He was happy in the... It's your first time jumping somebody? Oh my God, it's your first time jumping somebody? That's your first time jumping somebody. You too happy. He was too happy, fool.
Moving on from this unpleasant incident, thankfully Mo3 was able to turn his focus back to music, with his next project gaining him another taste of mainstream recognition. On Valentine's Day 2020, releasing a joint project with Boosie called Badass Mo3, with this landing at 135 on the Billboard 200 albums charts, and spawning the hit track One of Them Days Again, with that releasing with a video in July that today sits at close to 60 million views. It's possible that remaining so close to Mo3 during the peak of their beef made Boosie a target too, but more on that later. For now, Mo3 wasn't the only one in Dallas pushing their music career forward. In May 2020, Yella Beezy and Trapboy Freddy would drop a joint track called Racks, which racked up 16 million views. And this was from their joint mixtape released around the same time, I'm My Brother's Keeper, which also had the track Ye Ain't Like That, an apparent Mo3 diss casting doubt on his gangster credentials, and the track Money on Your Head that seemingly confirms Mo3's claims that his rivals had indeed put a price on his head. But not content to let the beef settle, Mo3 would return with a new song in June, once again taking aim at his rivals. His new song, I'm the Truth, featured generic lyrics hinting at having done something to his rivals, as well as making a long speech on the outro calling Trapboy Freddy a backup dancer and claiming to have pulled up on him on his birthday, as well as suggesting that he pressed Yella Beezy on numerous occasions and saying he got his chain snatched at King of Diamonds. Clearly Mo3 wasn't going to let this beef settle anytime soon, and the following month he'd be seen on social media, seemingly mocking the ops once again, this time for apparently attending a funeral, and saying that when he used to be friends with Trapboy Freddy, Freddy would tell Mo3 to leave Beezy alone.
What's wrong with y'all, stupid?
But the Money on Your Head song, I bet you, is going to be a key piece of evidence that they bring against Yella Beezy when he goes to trial, because it's money on your head. It's capital murder. It's the insinuation of what a paid hit of an intended payment for a hit, which was successful, and which you're affiliated with. And now they just connecting the gang shit with it, so it'll be a whole different bigger shit. Imagine 4 years of investigation on some motherfuckers that ain't think they were being investigated after at least about 3 years. After the first year, they probably got too comfortable with doing shit. Like, so imagine all the extra shit that they got after that.
He ain't like that. Ain't like what? You still keep going to funerals. Ain't like what? Shut the fuck up. But listen, bro. Everybody know y'all can still on some laughing every time. And you gotta come harder than that old week. You talking about he ain't like that? Bro, the backup dancer already used to tell me when I used to come to the hood, I used to come to y'all hood. Man, leave whatchamacallit alone, bro. Leave my pop alone, bro. You know he ain't like that, bro. You know, and y'all gonna make a song time, he ain't like that. I'm the truth. Yeah. Hey, you talking about big old something walking down the train. And then let me tell you this. You drop the whole mixtape of my song, cut all that. They go take the numbers. Hey, you talking about press. You listen. You pop out so we can play Call of Duty. Quit talking about paying. Pop out so we can play Call of Duty and get you one.
With Trapboy Freddy responding to Mo3 in a tirade of posts on Instagram, suggesting that people dying in the streets is nothing new, and saying that Mo3 is hiding and not enjoying himself in Dallas, and that he will be killed when he is seen in public. Freddy would suggest that Mo3 only turned up beefing him at the store for internet beef, even going as far as to say that Mo3 is going to die wearing all his diamonds. Clearly this beef was far from over, and soon another escalation would take place, with Mo3 seeming to be put in the same situation that he'd been put in Fort Worth many years before, finding himself at a nightclub once again, being forced to use firearms to defend himself. On September the 19th, 2020, V-Live in Houston, Texas was hosting a twerk wars party when violence erupted in the early hours of the morning. The news would report that a rapper was targeted in a shooting, with some later suggesting that this was actually an attempt on Mo3's life.
When you went to the hospital, you telling people don't record it, don't put it out there.
People in front of the bar, as well as 2 employees, were shot in the volley of bullets.
It was started roughly around 3:30 a.m. From what we can gather, there was a rapper here tonight, and as he arrived here, he began taking gunfire from an unknown suspects. Fire was exchanged between the suspects and him, and then both him and the suspects fled. There were 2 people that were struck by gunfire. Both are being treated at hospitals.
Apparently, 2 unarmed employees of the club were hit but luckily survived, with it even being said that one of them was shot in the head and another in the neck. But it seems clear to me that nobody died in this incident. But there did appear to be more to this story than was reported on the news, because the following month, Mo3 would come out saying that Trap Boy Freddy had recently lied when he posted that he was in a car accident, with Mo3 saying that Freddy really got shot in the shootout at V Live.
Hold the fuck. I cannot believe my mother eyes. Is my op laid up in a hospital talking about he got in a car wreck? Boy, talking about you broke your leg. Tell him you really got hit up. Yeah. Been camping. When you got hit up. Everybody know you got hit up when you went to the hospital. You telling people don't record it. Don't put it out there. Because you want mother thinking the city you're untouchable. Now, it's pressure. Somebody broke his leg in a car wreck. You goofing the hoe. I bet your partner sitting up there looking like, bro, so he just gonna act like he ain't get shot? A couple weeks ago, he gonna act like he ain't hit him up and be live? Stop playing. I don't know who did it, I'm just saying. Why you capping like your leg got broken in a car wreck? Put it back up down the foot.
With Freddy clapping back, saying that he only got grazed and that Mo3 should keep their beef in the streets and off the internet, even going on to suggest that Mo3's internet talk was getting people locked up, with Freddy suggesting Mo3 didn't even play a role in the shooting. And Mo3 would later go live suggesting that he had tried to keep things quiet about the shooting too, but suggesting that people in the city had called his mother to gossip to her about the shootout.
Your son got shot, girl. What are you out there doing? You know you always doing something. What the Melvin out there doing now, girl? The Melvin done got shot up, girl. My mama for real. When? Girl, you don't see it, he going viral, girl. They done shot him up, girl.
After everything that happened between these 2 warring groups, it's unsurprising that when they finally ran into each other, that bullets would start flying. And it's honestly a miracle that nobody was killed in this incident. But sadly, this represented the final escalation in this war. At this point, it really seemed like there would be no backing down, and that Dallas simply wasn't big enough for all of these street rappers to coexist peacefully. And so, only a few weeks after this exchange would come the final chapter in Mo3's story, as he would ultimately wind up losing his life, ironically, in the very same way that Yella Beezy nearly lost his life only a few years before. Around noon on the 11th of November 2020, Mo3 is driving on the I-35 highway in Dallas after allegedly leaving the home of a female companion. Whilst he's driving, he begins to be followed by a black Chevrolet Camaro containing 2 assassins, with the moment this ambush went down being captured on a dashcam video. The assassin's car would eventually overtake Mo3, who at some point would work out that he was being ambushed. At this point, Mo3 would swerve to the right and slam the brakes, at which point the hitters in the other car realize that this is their only opportunity to strike in the middle of a busy freeway amongst speeding traffic. For some reason, Mo3 stopped the car, got out, walked around the back of it to the passenger door. It would appear that he was attempting to retrieve a gun from the glove box. At this point, the masked gunman hop out of the Camaro, approaching Mo3's car with an assault rifle at speed. It would appear that Mo3 simply did not have enough time to retrieve his weapon, so he changes course, instead attempt 4. Around noon on the 11th of November 2020, Mo3 is driving on the I-35 highway in Dallas after allegedly leaving the home of a female companion. Whilst he's driving, he begins to be followed by a black Chevrolet Camaro containing 2 assassins, with the moment this ambush went down being captured on a dashcam video. The assassin's car would eventually overtake Mo3, who at some point would work out that he was being ambushed. At this point, Mo3 would swerve to the right and slam the brakes, at which point the hitters in the other car realize that this is their only opportunity to strike in the middle of a busy freeway amongst speeding traffic. For some reason, Mo3 stopped the car, got out, walked around the back of it to the passenger door. It would appear that he was attempting to retrieve a gun from the glove box. At this point, the masked gunman hop out of the Camaro, approaching Mo3's car with an assault rifle at speed. It would appear that Mo3 simply did not have enough time to retrieve his weapon, so he changes course, instead attempting to make a run for it, sprinting south on the active highway. But unfortunately, Mo3 would not escape his shooters, ultimately being shot 9 times and being left for dead in the middle of the highway as the assassins fled in that same Camaro. And to make this incident even more shocking, Mo3's body would be left in the middle of the highway for a considerable amount of time before the authorities arrived, with numerous clips of his final moments being captured and uploaded to social media but are far too shocking to show you on YouTube. A member of the public was seen administering CPR as civilians tried to get the scene under control. But unfortunately, efforts to save him failed, and a lifeless Mo3 would remain laid out on the highway as shocked Dallas residents passed by. Eventually, the police would arrive and take control of the scene, with news helicopters capturing footage from the air. And soon, the local news would be making full reports on this brazen broad-day murder.
A manhunt is still underway after a deadly shooting along I-35 not far from the Dallas Zoo. Investigators say when the suspect walked up to the victim's car, the victim got out and tried to run away. The suspect shot him in broad daylight right there on the highway. A lot of people have been talking about the shooting on social media, and some of them say the victim is a well-known rapper in Dallas's hip-hop circle.
A Dallas rapper is dead today after he was shot on I-35. 28-year-old Melvin Noble, also known as MO3, was shot on I-35 northbound near the Beckley-Zane curve.
It is a stark example of the city's struggle to control violent crime. Police say the victim, a hip-hop musician named Mo3, was approached by the killer on I-35.
Yeah, see, she, like, the mother, they be trying to do that shit on purpose for real. They be knowing how to say the nigga shit.
Both men stopped their vehicles. The victim got out, took off, started running, but was shot several times on the highway. A bystander inside another vehicle was also hit.
They released these photos. The images are pretty clear, but as you see, the suspect is wearing a ski mask.
After the brutal murder of Mo3 on a busy freeway, his various enemies didn't take long to begin posting about it. Seemingly only minutes after the murder, Trapboy Freddy would post a jaw-dropping story where he appeared to be stuck in the same traffic jam caused by the murder itself.
Man, whoever got the freeway blocked out need to get y'all together, dog. God, can't get on the freeway. Man, Lord got the freeway blocked off all the way on Pope, dog. The f they got going? I got the young boy with me, too. Yeah.
And some would go on to point out that Freddy's location in these posts were mere minutes from where Mo3's body had been laying in the road, raising suspicions that he might have had something to do with it. Freddy would apparently post tributes to several of his own dead friends immediately after Mo3's death, before going on to claim that it would be time for him to pop a bottle and celebrate what had just happened.
Gonna pop some bottles. It's bottle popping time. Half party time. Butt naked time.
But Freddy wasn't the only person active on social media following Mo3's untimely demise. Yella Beezy would go live on Instagram with the comments flooded with people suggesting that Beezy was responsible for Mo3's killing. But naturally, Beezy would play dumb to the whole thing.
What are y'all talking about, man? Goddamn me. Smoke right out the jaw. They don't want to say less.
And finally, we get to Go Yayo, who would also mock Mo3, responding to a post on Facebook saying they wish it was Go Yayo getting shot instead, with Go Yayo clapping back saying that he's going to live forever, #MurderGang. Beyond some coincidental posts and the obvious joy they were getting from seeing their biggest rival killed, at this point there was really nothing more to suggest that Go Yayo, Trapboy Freddy, or Yella Beezy were directly involved in this incident. But Mo3 was a beloved figure in North Dallas. Therefore, it's no surprise that reports of retaliatory incidents followed his killing, with it being suggested by some outlets that as many as 8 people had died in the wake of Mo3's assassination.
It is a map that marks the madness of murder and mayhem. Over a 48-hour period, 6 identified Dallas locations, 8 people dead. But this afternoon, DPD Chief Renee Hall called it an alarming increase in the city's homicide rate and described why.
In truth, I'll tell you, like many other cities, we are in the midst of a perfect storm of events, fueled by anger, irresponsibility, the trials of a pandemic, and most of all, people using guns and violence to solve their problems.
Chief Hall confirming today the brazen murder of rapper Mo3 on the Dallas freeway last week has set off a series of violent shootings now being investigated by the Dallas Police Department and the FBI.
Since his death, we've had some other shootings and other violence that has been or appears to be loosely related to his death.
The incident.
And that shit always gonna happen. It's gonna forever happen. It's an ongoing cycle that will never end within our communities. You could, anybody that has some type of powerful voice influence and I was assisting people and changing people's lives and shit, like Dolph, man, that shit was goddamn about 5 times worse. The reaction when fucking Dolph got took out. What they talk about, they just 8 people. Nigga, it's still retaliation going on. Yeah, this shit is just an ongoing cycle, never go in.
According to sources, include the drive-by shooting at this East Oak Cliff house on Sunday. 43-year-old Terrence Reed was killed.
Clearly, the killing of Mo3 had intensified the violence behind the music in Dallas. And soon, another famous rapper affiliated with Mo3 would end up catching a stray in this beef too, as regular collaborator and mentor of Mo3's Boosie would visit Dallas to attend a vigil for his fallen friend.
I appreciate all the time we had together.
However, it would seem that sometime later, while still in Dallas, Boosie would end up being shot in the leg himself.
Well, tonight we have confirmed that rapper Boosie was shot in Dallas. That word coming from Mo3's manager, Brandon Rainwater, but he didn't give us any more details. Police say someone called 911 and reported the shooting at Big T Bazaar earlier this afternoon. But when officers arrived, they didn't find anything. They did say someone later turned up at a nearby hospital with a gunshot wound. However, they don't know if it's related. TMZ is reporting that the Louisiana rapper was in fact shot in the leg and is being treated at a hospital. Boosie was among the hundreds of family and friends who attended last night's candlelight vigil for Dallas rapper Mo3.
Boosie would later open up about surviving the shooting in a Vlad TV interview, and he'd later be seen recovering with his mother. But once the dust had settled on Mo3's death and the violence that followed, the Dallas police would eventually make some progress on the case, with it being announced on the 10th of December 2020 that the first person had been charged in connection with Mo3's murder. Kewan Dontrell White, a 22-year-old aspiring rapper from Dallas, who went by the nickname FGC Banzo Bling, with court documents suggesting that the cops had received a tip regarding White's involvement in the killing and undisclosed evidence, likely to be cell phone data, that cops had used to place White at the scene of the murder when it happened.
And I bet he the key reason why that boy just got booked on capital murder. Did you see the nigga Facebook with that bitch? He missed that bitch. He missed that bitch. You see the picture he got on his Facebook with the bitch. You know he missed that bitch. You know what she doing with other niggas? Man, he could. I know he, you know what? All right.
And following his arrest, incriminating images from his own Instagram would circulate. Like this one, apparently posted only 2 days before Mo3's murder, with the caption, "He put a bag on him, now I'm up," with White holding an enormous pile of cash and a rifle suspiciously similar to the one used in the murder, as well as 2 weeks.
Boy, this shit is fucked up when the niggas on the internet already got this shit before your shit. Look, hold on. Let's go back, man. Hold on. God damn. This is probably a key piece of evidence that was used in the investigation. This shit was dropped 2 years ago. And this is why we looking back at this shit. You niggas gotta be you gotta be more careful. Look, this is a strategic plan. This is a trap, bro. Niggas told y'all. T.I. told you niggas back goddamn 25 years ago. 5 million views. Now he probably got. I granted it probably was a good 1.9 million probably after this. I don't know, but 2 after the news and shit. What I'll go. Probably a good million views. 0.9, but still 2 years ago, bro. This shit is out. This is the evidence. They already had it. So imagine all the shit that they were putting together that they already had that this shit ain't even including.
After the murder, he was
like 2 years ago. This shit was dropped. Probably going on 3 years ago. Cause the nigga got killed. It was based on 2020.
Seen spending a large amount of cash at a jewelry.
2022. This shit came out. Probably the end of 2022. It's 2025.
Store. And another image circulated, seemingly showing the car used in the crime parked outside wherever he was when this picture was taken on the surveillance video. And even after his arrest, he would post previews of new songs with lyrics where he claimed he will hop out of the whip and let it spray. But to make matters worse,
look, that boy got booked and he went there talking. That's all they needed was a statement from him, just like motherfucking up.
Accused killer had apparent ties with Yella Beezy, as following the arrest, pictures would circulate showing them together. But clearly unfazed by the recent going-ons, at the top of 2021, Yella Beezy would post on Instagram saying that he was celebrating the end of 2020 by putting his haters in the dirt.
Hey man, new year, new blessings. You understand me? We made it through a hell of a year. You understand? Anybody that ain't for you, anybody that's going against you, anybody that's goddamn negative, you understand me? Ain't bringing no positive vibe. You know, in the words of Gucci, put that in the dirt. Damn! For sure, you did. And we're going to take a toast today.
Also in January, Mo3's accused shooter would do an interview from jail saying that he's doing good and that this is just what comes with being a gangster.
I'm feeling good, man. I mean, this living life, man. You know what I'm saying? This come with a gangster, man. This what it come with.
You feeling good, fam?
Yeah, man. I can't do nothing but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
3 signs your car accident.
Listen, that nigga capping like a bitch. I'm gonna tell you, that nigga motherfucking Casanova was on there with $1 million worth of game with Wallow and Gilly. And nigga said, yeah, man, nigga be wanting to cap and lie like, yeah, nigga living life in this bitch. But nigga be fucked up in that bitch. Now imagine, that was what, 3 years ago? Niggas probably got different feelings after 3 years. Damn, it been a minute. Like, shit, fuck. You don't, man, that bitch that's on the picture, on the profile on that Facebook, he probably heard all type of stories. Who she done been with this. Oh, man, that shit eating him up. He in a sick, he probably got kids out here. Like, shit get real, bro. Niggas gonna talk. Them niggas gonna sing, boy.
I can't do nothing more than just live life, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that the first time I did time?
No fat lady. No fat lady, but them niggas gonna sing, boy. It's over with.
He would go on to discuss having become famous since catching the case, saying that his brother Ducky P told him about all the views that he was getting since being revealed as a suspect in the Mo3 murder.
But your Instagram account had 1,000 or less followers. It's now at 18.6.
When Ducky told me, like, I had called Ducky one day when I came to the field. I called Ducky the first day I came. I was like, what's up? He was crying like, damn, you finally made it. You famous now. You finally got what you wanted, but the wrong way. Like, man, you famous now. What? So my story getting 100,000 views. Post getting 100,000 views. So shit, I was like, damn, it's crazy. I don't get famous, but for the wrong thing, and it's not even true.
And he would go on to deny any connection.
For the wrong thing. You hear that shit? That's the realization of it. All that popping shit, he just contradicted himself. He told you he was capping with that final statement. Yeah, I got all that shit for the wrong thing. He's saying what his partner told him, but he know he feeling that shit too. He feeling the same way.
To Yella Beezy, despite the pictures of them together.
Like, people are saying, like,
and that shit temporary.
You know,
nigga, that
Yella
shit
Beezy,
nothing,
you've been in a
nigga.
few
It's
pictures
over
with him. Like, what's y'all's relationship?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about
That's
that.
his fans want to see
On the
the
outside,
fuck nigga that
unsurprisingly,
did it, nigga.
all of this going on had the authorities looking at
You wanna keep
Mo3's
up with the
enemies
fuck nigga that
closely.
did it.
And in February 2021, Yella Beezy is arrested
That's
after
all.
being caught by
That's
undercover
like-
officers with
like,
5
damn, I
guns
wanna
in a
keep
bulletproof
up right
SUV
now.
after
You never
leaving an
know,
Oak
like,
Cliff
bro.
strip mall.
Your enemies will follow you and be way more interested interested in you than a fucking fan, bro. Your enemies, nigga, the nigga that want you, the nigga that despise you, the nigga that hates your fucking life, nigga. They don't have shit to do. Like, in their spare time, that's all they have shit to do is think about ways to get to you, bro. That's the way haters think, bro. If you want to know if a nigga is a hater around you, ask them how they feel about LeBron. That's the hater test. Ask them niggas how they feel about LeBron, a nigga that tries his best to be the best person he could be and put on for his family and make his family dreams come true. Ask them niggas how they feel about LeBron. A nigga that try to be the best at whatever the fuck he do, what he do, when he do it. That's the hater test. Fuck all the GOAT debate. Like they said, niggas say fuck the GOAT debate if you think he better than whoever, whatever. Just ask them what the fuck they think about LeBron. That's the hater test. Nigga go talk about, oh fuck LeBron. He got a son, all this. Hater ass nigga. It's a hater test, but that's one of the hater tests. I got another hater test for you. I got another hater test.
Now, that certainly wasn't sufficient to link Beezy to Mo3's killing, but regardless of the added police attention, that didn't stop Trap Boy Freddy from dissing his fallen rival. As in March 2021, he would continue dropping diss songs aimed at Mo3 despite him being dead. Freddy's track Laugh Now would quite literally be a song asking Mo3 to laugh at him now, along with a music video showing Freddy rapping out the side of an SUV whilst driving on the same roads Mo3 was killed on, with Freddy even including a shot of that same road sign that he shared when he was mocking Mo3's death on the day of the murder on the same road. And he would rap lyrics literally saying that Mo3 laughed at him and now Freddy is laughing back. The whole song is a scathing diss aimed at Mo3 and mocking the way he died. Rapping things like, I heard they jumped out the whip and he got ran down, saying, look how the beef panned out, and that the shooters caught him with his pants down. And he would go as far as to saying that he's putting bags on people and trying to pull up and get them. He would rap that they're catching body after body, telling his ops to dig their friends up. And even saying that his enemies should have thought about the consequences before dissing them. Even ending the track by saying that the diss songs are what got people killed. This was a wild song that realistically painted a clear picture of Freddy's involvement in the situation. But while Freddy was going viral for his distasteful song about the hit on Mo3, the man himself, Mo3, was making hits from beyond the grave, with his posthumous single Outside, aka Better Days, releasing in March, coming along with a hook from OG Bobby Billions, crooning about the ops being scared to come outside and nobody being safe, along with eerie lyrics from Mo3 himself, where he rapped about stepping on his ops and showing no mercy, even ending the song with an ominous lyric about running down on ops. This track would peak at 92 on the Billboard Hot 100, the only song of Mo3's to ever land on this chart. The song would remain there for 7 weeks, and it would appear on his posthumous album Shot Us Forever, released in April 2021, with that project landing at 36 on the Billboard 200 albums chart, the highest ranking attained for a project in Mo3's career. But while Mo3 was making hits from the grave, that same month, another person would be linked to the hit itself, as on the 23rd of April 2021, a second suspect, Devin Maurice Brown, would be charged in the connection to the killing of Mo3, with it being reported that Brown was the one upset that Mo3 was with a certain woman, with it being suggested that Brown had contacted another witness multiple times on the day of Mo3's death, asking if he was at a specific location, with apparent cell phone records connecting both alleged killers, Brown and White, with them apparently speaking on the phone numerous times on the day before and the day of the murder, with cell data even indicating that the first suspect, White, had been close to Mo3's location the night before the killing. When the cops swooped in on Brown, they found a stolen AK-47 in his closet, as well as $3,200 in various illegal substances. So, with the two main suspects in custody, despite no plea or trial taking place for the murder as of this recording, it would seem for the time being that the facts around Mo3's death had been explained. But even with those two shooters in custody, all eyes in the Dallas rap scene were still on Mo3's biggest rivals in music, who for some reason would continue to court attention off the back of this tragic feud, ultimately bringing them a whole lot of unwanted attention from both the fans and the authorities. You would have thought that considering their biggest threat, Mo3 himself, no longer being alive, those people who he had issues with would finally be able to close the door on the drama that they had been involved in over the past few years. But sadly, this would not be the case. In April 2021, Mo3's manager Rainwater, who already having...
For the record, I'm not in the game, never been in the game, never have, I will be in the game, because I believe in the gang of myself, me, myself, and I, and God, nigga, the God within me. Bitch, I created home Inc. because it's hustlers on a mission every day. You know, sometimes niggas be like, hey man, you ready to come home? Y'all be like, bitch, I'm already home. I've been home the whole time. Welcome.
Been assaulted numerous times for his affiliations to Mo3 would continue to be targeted, with a video circulating showing him being harassed at an airport.
Look at him talking to them boys, telling them on King Day, telling Clubhouse
Let's go outside and fight, like I said.
At the airport, look, we gonna meet up.
That's what I'm saying. It's outside.
That's some police.
On my mama, if we say meet up, you is not gonna take me back. You is not gonna meet up.
Put on my child. On my child.
You say what?
On my child.
Say that.
That video would circulate with a caption suggesting that the man filming was affiliated with Yella Beezy, and a post following the incident would see Rainwater atting Beezy himself, saying to stop sending people to harass him. Some months later, on July the 27th, 2021, Rainwater would appear on Say Cheese, suggesting that he believed Sean Cotton had hurt the Dallas rap scene by taking everything online.
Let me tell you what happened in Dallas. Yeah, let me tell you what happened in Dallas. The 18 and up club and you.
Oh.
So any rapper in DFW right now go make a music and I gotta get it on Say Cheese. They don't do no hustle. You don't see, bro, when you came on the scene, you don't see no more posters. You don't see no more flyers. You don't see no more CDs. You don't see none of that because.
But that ain't had shit to do with Say Cheese. That had everything to do with the industry and where it was going itself with social media. Bitch, you can't put that on the motherfucking nigga Sean Cotton for creating the shit and seeing well, understanding where shit going to. Bitch, what the fuck kind of shit is that? A nigga understood the market, what the fuck was going on, capitalized on it, and that's what the fuck happened. You talking about posters and shit, nigga, that shit the same everywhere. I bet you it ain't. And if it is, niggas ain't paying attention to them fucking posters. You know when I notice a motherfucking flyer or poster about some nigga shit after the motherfucking shit that already passed. I be like, damn, nigga was here. Damn, nigga was just here 2-3 days ago. Damn, that's fucked up. I'd have went to that shit probably. Knowing damn well I probably wouldn't. Yeah, that shit don't mean nothing. It's social media. Niggas gonna see that shit on social media first. Anyway, that's why.
If when I make a music, I gotta go to Say Cheese. If they go over there with you and then they be so excited, then they put everything on your shoulders and they sit in the house all day and just look at their phone and wait for you to post them. So when you stop posting them, it's like, what should I do? Man, Sean Cotton fucked me over. No, you yourself over because you don't get outside their house and grind for yourself.
This was a much more generous way of putting it than some other people. Charleston White, who had been complaining about the violence in Dallas corrupting the youth from the very start, had suggested, as did other people, that Say Cheese had instigated the beef in Dallas by giving a voice to both sides of the war.
You let Say Cheese trick you. That's exactly how MO3 got killed. You wrong, Sean Cotton. Yeah, this is what they've been telling me about. I said, man, watch him. He missed it. That's how he got MO3 killed. He got MO3 killed. That's how MO3 got killed. He the one started that. And Charleston White would never do another Say Cheese TV interview. Never.
Say Cheese would deny this, saying that MO3's...
Damn, that nigga got me thinking about this shit. Like, is the nigga in the same boat as Vlad? Could it be? Niggas plotting and putting niggas against each other for the money? Is it possible that the nigga Say Cheese could be working with the feds like Vlad? Niggas that infiltrated the game based on niggas wanting attention and the effect that clout has on the young niggas? It's exploitation that is fine. It's just like Drewski, it could have been Ruckus. Taking advantage of all them slow ass motherfuckers, man. Like, damn, I'm thinking about it, but now I'm trying to see both sides of it. Like, I'm trying to understand it. At the same time, he a nigga just doing his thing, and these niggas that be coming to him about shit. And I understand that all the time because I done dealt with it. I done been in, I do it. And I done did it. So I understand that. But damn, now I'm thinking about, like, at a certain point in time, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to your community and the shit that you be doing if it's detrimental to your community. And you got to recognize that, all right, man, hold on, fuck, I'm going to shut this shit down because I don't like how this shit going. But if you keep going on, then it's like, it's blood money. You capitalizing off that. But at the same time, it's all about the type of person that you is, if you're willing to do that. Everybody not willing to do that. Maybe he just lived long enough to become the villain. And maybe he was tired of being the hero. Maybe not. Maybe he was just saying, shit, man, that money gets slow if I'm not going to do it. And if I'm not going to do it, somebody going to do it. It's almost to the same thought process of like, shit, if she don't buy this crack from me, she going to buy that shit from somewhere else. So I might as well sell it to her and get the money first. Why the fuck I'm tripping? If she don't get it from me, she going to get it from somewhere else. Bitch, why not me? I might as well be the one to get it. I understand both aspects. It's still fucked up though.
His friends and family all have love for him, also pointing out that the beef escalated when Roy Lee was killed, saying specifically that he didn't allow Roy Lee onto his platform to expose Yella Beezy when he was asked.
The MO3 didn't get real until Roy Lee died. Roy Lee wanted to do an interview with me, trying to expose Yella Beezy, and have I ever interviewed Roy Lee? No. I said I would never do that to Roy, to Yella Beezy.
Say Cheese would also defend himself in an extensive interview on Vlad TV, saying that he tried to mediate the beef, but he couldn't make any progress.
You know, a lot of people felt as though I let it on. I got on the phone with multiple guys like, yo, is there a way we can sit down? Can we do this? Can we do that? And I tried for months to hash it out and to get them to squash it. It just didn't happen. It was too late.
Now, I personally don't agree with...
And I've been in that position too, right? And then you been in a position like, why the fuck I'm talking to grown ass niggas about their issues? Bitch, I got my own issues, man. Y'all handle y'all shit how y'all feel. Like, fuck it. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me, whatever, bitch. I'ma just report on it then. And in that aspect, fuck that, nigga. You ain't wrong in nothing. Bitch, especially if I try to do my part, I try to mediate shit, I try to calm it down. Hey, I did my part, bro, whatever. Niggas' ego got in the way. Niggas brainwashed. Niggas motherfucking got too much pride. Damn. That's one of my favorite songs by motherfucking MO3. Too much pride. And he'll tell you, you got too much pride, bro. I be feeling like that a lot of time. That's my favorite track by MO3. Too much pride. That and the shit he got with DC Young Fly. Those are my two favorite shits from MO3.
The idea that Say Cheese or any of the other interview platforms are responsible for escalating the violence. Say Cheese is really just trying to help the artists in his city promote their rap careers. And for every bit of disrespect that a rapper dishes out to an op in an interview on a major platform, that same rapper will go out of their way on their own Instagram pages, dishing out 10 times the disrespect to the ops. But you never hear...
And no good deed goes unpunished.
Hear anybody saying that Instagram or Facebook are responsible for stoking violence and giving people on both sides of a war a platform. People want to call DJ Vlad the police. I think Mark Zuckerberg is the goddamn head of the FBI. Anyway, at a certain point, it gets absurd to blame Sean Cotton for the violence in Dallas. When Mo3 was all over Instagram...
We're not finna speed by that. We definitely not finna speed by that. Let's take it back a few seconds. We're at the 2 hour 32 minute mark. Exactly. We're gonna take it back about 30 seconds. Fuck it, we're gonna take it back about 45 seconds.
It just didn't happen. It was too late.
Now, I personally don't agree with the idea that Say Cheese or any of the other interview platforms are responsible for escalating the violence. Say Cheese is really just trying to help the artists in his city promote their rap careers. And for every bit of disrespect that a rapper dishes out to an op in an interview on a major platform, that same rapper will go out of their way on their own Instagram pages, dishing out 10 times the disrespect to the ops. But you never hear anybody saying that Instagram or Facebook are responsible for stoking violence and giving people on both sides of a war a platform. People want to call DJ Vlad the police. I think Mark Zuckerberg is the goddamn head of the FBI. Anyway,
you may be on to something. One of my new favorite white guys. You may be on to something. One of my new favorite white guys may be on to something. Mark Zuckerberg may be the head of the motherfucking FBI. I take it a step further and say Mark Zuckerberg is a silent partner of the United States government in a way that all your information that you upload, like, you know what I'm saying, it's directly linked into the government database, and he gets a check from the government, and he's been getting a check from the Biden administration. Probably he's been getting a check probably from the Obama administration. Probably beginning in the Obama administration. And I said some shit about Joe Biden being dead before the election was done and shit. When Kamala Harris was running for president, now I heard Eddie Griffin say something about it, because it's like they was paying certain people amounts of money to be quiet and hush money and shit like that. I'm getting off topic. We're talking about MO3. I'm getting to the government and shit, but we're speaking about Mark Zuckerberg and the idea of him being the head of the FBI, which I feel like he could be the head of motherfucking FBI or a silent partner within the United States government to a certain extent, where he's been sharing information for a numerous amount of years. And niggas are just not thinking about it for the last couple. Even to the point where they saying information is false when it's indeed fact when it comes to information regarding the coronavirus or other shit, when the government trying to implement it, their own status of agenda on the American people for mass extermination of certain events. My grandma was doing good at 90-some years, like 94 years, 92 years old. She got up out of here at 96. My baby had a great life. But I felt like she could have lived to be 100 and something. She didn't really start getting too much worse until the vaccination. I ain't even gonna say she didn't get too much worse, but I will say after her stroke, she had a stroke 13 years from now, which was what? 12, but she was getting better significantly after my auntie passed. My auntie passed in my arms, but it was a significant amount of time she was getting better after my auntie passed, because I felt like my auntie being it was like added stress, and then my auntie was on oxygen. She needed help, so my grandma worried about my auntie. And she was still smoking. Like, why you smoking on oxygen? Like, I used to be telling my, like, what you doing that? It's like my auntie was waiting on me when I came over there one day. She just knew I was finna show up. Like, I don't show up every day, but I always come through every other type of day and shit like that. I work around the corner and shit, so I'd be over there a lot. I'm gonna check on my grandma every time I got a chance to. My daddy and my auntie over there, so I got to hold shit down with my dad and over there. So anyway. She's like, oh, there go my nephew. When I coming out, she's like, oh, there go my nephew. I knew he'll be here. I knew he was coming today. And she was just stuck in the front room. Like, she don't just sit in this. Don't nobody sit in this fucking room, first of all. So she sat in there like she waiting on me, like she couldn't move and get up and go to the room. I'm like, okay, you need help getting to the room? Okay, I'll help you get to the room. As I'm helping her get to the room, she kind of like collapsed in my arms, like. And it wasn't, the room is not even no more than 10 feet away. And it's around a little corner, so no more than probably the most 12 feet away. The most. To her bed. Bro, it wasn't 10, it wasn't even fucking 10 feet. I'm probably like that, bro. She collapsed in my arms halfway through the, like, just getting up, taking her through the hallway, collapsing my arms. So I'm like, damn, what's she collapsed? She like fall, like. So I kind of got to drag her in her room to the bed. So I'm putting her on the bed, like, she out of it. She gone, like, eyes popped out, like, she gone. I'm blown. I'm like, oh shit, like, I'm kind of blown. Like, my grandma, like, she okay? I'm like, call 911. I can't even say. I'm like, call the police, call the ambulance. So my grandma, like, oh, like, she tripping. But my grandma had just had a stroke like a couple years ago, so she couldn't talk like that. So she called him, dialed him, brought me the phone. He telling me to do chest compressions and shit like that. And then you have all these ideas and shit by shit that you were seeing, like people fucking up, breaking people's ribs and shit while they doing this shit, trying to get them CPR, and then, you know what I'm saying, they're fucking them up worse, so people get sued, shit like that and all that type of shit. But I wasn't even thinking about that because, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna do this.
At a certain point, it gets absurd to blame Sean Cotton for the violence in Dallas, when Mo3 was all over Instagram and in his own music on all DSPs, mocking the ops for getting shot, begging them to slide, and mocking them for being scared to come outside, even in songs released after his death. Aside from the assailants that pulled the trigger, the next person who painted the biggest target on Mo3 was Mo3 himself, and his rivals in music who were all knowingly involved in escalating this feud from the streets into the music industry, even after the point where they all had too much to lose to continue beefing in this way. But strangely, even months and months after his death, Mo3's enemies would still feel the need to disrespect him in music. In August 2021, Trapboy Freddy releases his latest project, Distractions, featuring the incredibly disrespectful song titled Shirt, which he gleefully sung along to on Instagram Live. This was a diss song aimed at Mo3, all about killing him and putting him on a shirt, saying the stepper got stepped on and they turned Potato Head to a baked potato. He would reference fighting in Walmart and saying that Mo3 can't go shopping again now he's dead. He would mock the fact that Mo3's biggest song came out after his death, as well as flipping lyrics from Mo3's posthumous hit, saying that despite the song being called Outside, Mo3 was inside. He raps saying that Mo3 got left dead on the I-35 for dissing Beezy, and he referenced a shooting in traffic, saying he got caught slipping by that black Audi. He says that his ops will get hit for talking on social media, and that they will dig the dead body out the ground. He says every time something happens in the street, his ops rapped about it, and they died just for rapping about it, not living it. He referenced Beezy and his crew chasing down Mo3's manager, saying that he needed a new manager, and they hunted him down like an animal. Trapboy Freddy would defend his constant dissing of the deceased Mo3, telling Say Cheese of all people that Mo3 dissed him and his dead loved ones for years. So he's dissing him back, and he cannot let the hatred go.
Some people felt like Trapboy, let it go. Like, let it go, bro. It's over.
It's never can be let go. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you let go of your partner? How could you let go of talking about your partner that was just dead? Like, how could you let go having to look out for your partner kids and like that, talk to your partner and their mamas and you watching multiple people cry. That went on 3 years.
I can't condone Freddy's actions, but this was a bit of an insightful moment, because it's really this mentality that got these young men stuck in a cycle of violence that's near impossible to stop.
Near impossible is right. Near impossible is actually very accurate.
If Mo3 was alive, he dished out a lot of pain, destruction, and death to his enemies, to the point where even his own death wasn't enough for his enemies to feel like they could move on. When things get this deep, and this many lives have been lost, you're looking at a lifelong feud that death doesn't even give you an escape from. But perhaps the one thing that Freddy had overlooked in his decision to keep dissing, even after his rival's death, was all the extra attention they'd got from the authorities as a result. Because only one day after Freddy's diss song released, Yella Beezy would find himself in hot water with the cops again, this time being pulled over by the cops who conducted a search of his car, finding a rifle and 400 grams of a controlled substance, with the suggestion at the time that this was lean, codeine-based cough syrup. But Beasy would later say that these supposed drugs were in fact just a bottle of hand sanitizer styled to look like prescription cough syrup, with Beasy later taking to the internet attempting to clear the
Man, hell no. I know that nigga ain't say that shit. Hold on. So all I just heard was the nigga was out here with some fake lean, and he told the motherfuckers, yeah, it looked like that, but it's not that. It's this. So nigga, you selling fake lean? You selling nigga? You selling hand? You selling hand sanitizer for fake lean, nigga? Nigga, you selling hand? You dressing up hand sanitizer for fake lean?
record about the supposedly false drug charge.
I don't drink syrup, lean, none of that shit. But nigga, you dressing up fake? You dressing up hand sanitizer fake lean?
Hand sanitizer, not no drugs, bro. Let me tell you how desperate they is just to make an arrest. Like the homie got a brand of hand sanitizer that look like drink, but it say hand sanitizer on him. You know, just like how girls got the eyelash.
Okay, that makes sense. I was finna talk shit. Like I was finna talk, and what make it so bad is fuck because the nigga that did that probably had some pussy ass shit.
In the pill jar, but she got hand sanitizer in a drink bottle, and it say hand sanitizer on her. Police weren't trying to do it. They thought I was.
No, bro. Why that say promethazine with hand sanitizer? I know I ain't tripping.
Trying to cover up everything, like so they took jail over hand sanitizer, and the only reason they don't charge me with the guns is because of the drug. You know what I'm saying? So they got to run labs and everything. So that's why they charge me with it, with a felony right next to unknown felony or whatever that is. So that's why I went to jail.
That was just dead. Like, how could you let go having to look out for your partner?
They'd got from the authorities as a result, because only one
sanitizer in a drink bottle. And it say hand sanitizer on her.
That say promethazine with hand sanitizer. Prometh with. I know that say promethazine with hand sanitizer. I can't really make out what that say, bro. At the end, at the bottom, bro. It said prometh hydro something. I don't want to assume what the fuck that shit say. Enhanced premium. Y'all gonna try to charge a nigga bitch for what? You bitch ass niggas. I can't. YouTube. This is what I was talking about when I said YouTube be on some bitch ass shit. Y'all gonna try to tax a nigga for HD, bitch. That ain't even fucking 4K, bitch. Charge a nigga for 4K, bitch. Not 1080. Y'all some dirty. Hold on, man. You two, y'all some dirty ass bitches, bro. You two, y'all trying to test. Okay, hold on. I was tripping. My bad. Let me go back. But that damn show, I was tripping. Maybe I looked at the wrong thing. All right, you two, y'all ain't too bad, but y'all still be on some puss ass shit. All right, carry on. Let's go back.
To say hand sanitizer on him, you know, just like how girls got the eyelashes in the pill jar, but she got hand sanitizer in a drink bottle. And it's
that's it, prometh codeine and some other shit.
say hand sanitizer on her. Police weren't trying to hear it. They thought I was trying to cover up everything. Like, so they took jail over hand sanitizer. And the only reason they charged me with the guns is because of the drug. You know what I'm saying? So they got to run labs and everything. So that's why they charged me with it, with a felony right next to unknown felony or whatever that is. So that's why I went to jail. I'm the first rapper that went to jail over hand sanitizer.
Perhaps you could say that it's really just asking for trouble, riding around with legal goods made intentionally
over promethazine with hand sanitizer.
To look.
Hold up. First of all, we not for this good, but you the first rapper to have promethazine to get caught with promethazine with sanitizer in the same shit and some packaging like that, nigga. You the first rapper with that. Soulja Boy can't have that title, nigga. You got that.
Like illegal drugs. But on the other hand, considering the recent going-ons in the city, no doubt the cops of Dallas were watching the moves of Yella Beezy, Trapboy Freddy, and everyone in their circle closely, and for good reason. Because it would seem that the gangsters affiliated with Mo3 were still out looking for vengeance. And the month after the hand sanitizer debacle, yet another life would be claimed in this war. This time, the apparent brother of the accused shooter of Mo3, Keywan White, who rapped under the name Ducky P, real name Nyrion Beasley. He would be found dead in a car outside a residence in Lang.
Hey, before we go any further, rest in peace to everybody that lost their life that was mentioned and involved in this bullshit, bro. That's why I was thinking about my grandma earlier. Like, I just lost my grandma a month ago, so. And I was thinking she was 96, bro. You know how many motherfuckers she had done, like, outlived, like, you know how many motherfuckers were born and died, bitch, while she was alive? Over probably 2 billion people around the world was born and died, bitch, while my grandma was alive. In between the time my grandma was alive, probably 1 billion, 2 billion people done died, bitch, in the world. She outlived all of them. Like, bitch, live. You gotta live, enjoy life and shit. Like, this bush ass shit, this crash out shit y'all falling into the motherfucker. Y'all falling into the people hands of the plan of what they wanted to do. They wanted to exterminate niggas. It goes back to what I always say and what I'm gonna keep saying. Bitch, they beat the shit out your ancestors to make them say that they believed in some shit just for their survival. And y'all worshiping that shit today. They beat the shit out your ancestors till they said they believed in some shit. And that shit that they said they believed in is what y'all worship today. Y'all worship the same motherfucking religions as practices of the fucking Ku Klux Klan, the people that hated your people. People don't think about that shit. You have to think about how deep the washing of the brain, of your brain goes. If you a nigga, I ain't talking to nobody but niggas and people with nigga blood for real. Like
Lancaster, Texas, on September the 1st, 2021.
You
With
ain't
this
a nigga,
killing
you
later
ain't
being
gonna
confirmed
understand
on
it.
social media
You will
and
never
subsequent posts
understand
from
this shit.
Keywan White confirming that his
You ain't a nigga, you will never understand this shit. What I'm saying, bitch. I don't give a fuck about it. It ain't for you to understand. But that's how far and deep the brainwashing go. Like, niggas always hoping for some shit instead of putting in action and make the shit fucking happen.
his brother had lost his life. And apparently, the connection between Ducky P and Mo3 ran deeper than the connection with his shooter, as Ducky P had released a track called Rumors the month after Mo3's death, interestingly uploaded to Go Yayo's YouTube channel. And in the track, Ducky P seemed to diss Mo3, saying the last person who dissed me ended up on TV, along with lyrics about killing people in public and running down on ops in skinny jeans, which could well be a direct reference to the outfit that Mo3's killer was wearing at the time of the shooting. The track was essentially Ducky P responding to rumors that he'd been involved in the killing of Mo3. The track not only had his brother, Mo3's accused killer, Keywan White, dancing right next to him, but as he raps lyrics about bailing his shooters out, he shows on screen an image of his brother's arrest record. Strangely, after the killing of Ducky P, footage then circulated showing Mo3 in the background of an old Ducky P music video shoot. It really seemed like Mo3's death had cast a dark shadow over the city of Dallas, and this cycle was sadly showing no signs of ending. And at this point, one man had truly had enough. Our old friend Charleston White, who had spent many hours on the internet ranting about the damage that gangster rappers had done to his community, famously going on the internet and wishing death on all gang members.
Death to all GDs and BDs. May they all die like King Von. May they all die like Tracheo the Ruler. May they all die like Nipsey Hussle in vain.
Eventually, Charleston White would turn his attention squarely towards the gang-affiliated rappers in Dallas. In August 2020, going live and telling the world that he was a MO3 fan and he was picking sides against Trap Boy Freddy and Yella Beezy.
What Trap Boy Freddy do to you? Nothing. I'm just a MO3 fan, and I'm friends with Rainwater. I'm a MO3 fan, and I'm taking sides now. Ain't nobody riding for MO3, so I'm riding for MO3. And I'm saying Trap Boy Freddy and Yella Beezy in the name of MO3. Them got Mo. Go clip MO3 on mine. Man, I'm mad the motherfucker long live 3. City of Dallas been dead since Mo dead. Y'all done took the life away and killed MO3. I'm mad the motherfucker every time I pass by that motherfucking highway and this will celebrate. You Trap Boy Freddy, you a straight up. You in Yella Beezy. Look what happened to you was cursed. I told you when Mo3 died, you would go be cursed. Your careers was go drown and die.
And he would go on to tell his followers on social media that he was willing to put the police on the likes of Trap Boy Freddy and to put a stop to any illegal activities going on in his studio.
Make me mad, Trap Boy. I'll find out every goddamn dope spot you got and shut that down. You better shut your up, little boy. Put the police on every last one of you goddamn. You better shut your up, Trap Boy Freddy. Your weed houses gonna get shut down. I don't give a damn about no shooters. Shooters get arrested too. Hell, you talking about I shut them weed houses down, Trap Boy. All that dope and weed y'all selling over there. I know which FBI agents to call to put on your mother where you don't get out of jail, boy. Let them say my name again out of Oak Cliff, Trap Boy. I'm shutting that down. All that dope y'all selling out that studio, I'm gonna make one phone call. You too, Yellow. Better sit y'all little young down somewhere. I'm cleaning this up around here.
Now, seemingly, Charleston White was not just joking in this video, because within a couple of weeks of that video being posted, on September the 9th, 2022, the DEA and Dallas police would conduct a raid on the KFI recording studio, which Yella Beezy and Trap Boy Freddy were apparently known to frequent.
The DEA raided a popular recording studio, KFI, that brings in some of the top rappers in the nation.
A lot of local rappers, a lot of famous rappers from other states. We done linked up with a lot of different people here.
This is video from inside the studio from a recent WFAA interview. The raid caught some in the industry by surprise.
We do have a drug sales problem in our city. And unfortunately, those individuals are often involved with firearms as they're engaging in drug sales.
One of the owners of the KFI studios, Nico, told us the people involved were patrons and tenants of the building and did not involve the owners. He said,
let's address the real issue. You know what? We won't even go that far right now. We're just going to conclude this.
no KFI management or owners were involved in illegal activity. None of us have been placed under arrest or investigation.
Following the raid, more footage circulated showing the studio destroyed. Apparently, 8 other locations around Dallas had been raided.
None of y'all was placed under arrest, but y'all were definitely under investigation the whole entire time.
With the cops confiscating drugs and guns. And while reports circulated that the police had been conducting a months-long investigation into the matter, soon after the news broke, Charleston White would take to social media once again, taking credit for the studio raid and threatening to take further action against rappers causing crime in his city.
Yeah, seeing the FBI raid his spot.
Do It Capital, the clothing line with a mission. Every purchase you make helps create jobs for people who need them most. So, you're not just buying high-quality clothing and accessories, you're also making a positive impact on the world. So, go ahead, make a statement, and Do It Capital. Visit dividendsapparel.com or stop in at one of our locations today.
Love it. I told that guy I was sitting in the FBI to his motherfucking ass. You think we gonna let them keep selling them pressed up fentanyl pills around here? Nah, we shutting this down. You say great police work today. Great police work today to my guys, man. I'll say.
Look, I definitely don't agree with everything Charleston White says, and his methods of getting attention certainly rub some people up the wrong way. But at the end of the day, he just represents one of, I'm sure, many people in the Dallas community who are fed up with the years of drugs and violence. I'm sure there's dozens of people like him, perhaps less vocal on social media, who are doing the same thing, putting in a tip to the cops and trying to improve things in their community. A lot of people like to blame music for gang activity and crime. Hell, some of the really stupid people like to blame the likes of Say Cheese, DJ Academics, Adam 22, or raising awareness about the issues going on in the streets and behind the music. But at the end of the day, the individuals responsible for crime in a location where crime is abundant are the criminals themselves and the authorities responsible for policing this community. Let's be real. MO3 clearly had a death wish if you go by many of the statements that he made in his life where he incited violence against others and himself. He left behind an incredible catalogue of inspiring music, but also a lot of hateful rhetoric and anger towards the other young men in his city. Clearly MO3, Yella Beezy, Trapboy Freddy, and Go Yayo didn't get dealt a fair hand in life. They were born into situations and areas infested with gang activity, crime, and disadvantage. And that's not their fault. The system failed them, and they started life at the bottom of an uphill struggle. But their disadvantage doesn't absolve them of all wrongdoing. Once MO3 became a famous millionaire off of music, he really should have focused on the blessings he had, rather than continue.
I won't say that because the system ain't failed them because they made themselves into successful black men in America. And after they became successful, they chose to keep on with the bullshit. When you make it to a certain level of success as a nigga in America, nigga, you can't fuck off with your fucking chance at all, nigga. Ice Cube, 50 Cent, numerous niggas that have showed you throughout history. You can't play with this shit, nigga. T.I. almost fucked it up because of the BET Awards, getting his respect over some bullshit because he had fused with Gucci and a lot of other shit. Niggas forget how Gucci disrespected him and his girl. But right before the motherfucking awards and shit, and I think Tip got fucked up with them guns, how Gucci apologized and shit like that because he knew what the fuck that shit was about. It's a lot of different motherfuckers that realized and had certain situations that was lucky enough to escape it. Certain niggas will not be lucky enough to escape it. TK was not lucky enough to escape it. Got 50-something years. Nigga, Pooh Shiesty was not lucky enough to escape it. Got all them years. Turk just got out a couple years ago. Nigga was not lucky to escape it with a shootout of the crack. He was lucky though. He was that's one of the luckiest niggas in hip hop history to have a shootout with the crackers and live and go do your time, come out and go do a fucking Hot Boys tour. That's one of the luckiest niggas in America. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Nigga, that shit ain't gonna happen for everybody, nigga. 50 Cent got shot 9 times and lived, survived, became successful, and look what the fuck he did. Switched that shit all the way up into movies, sitcom, television shows, putting stories for the street, getting paid off of stories of the streets, like helping other motherfuckers behind bars, putting their kids on the shit. Like, you can't fuck up with your channel once you get both feet in that. You can't fuck up with that shit, bro. Niggas fuck off with that shit. Hey, and that's them niggas' faults. Once you get to a certain level, bro, like, why are you even fucking entertaining that shit? Especially if you're in Texas, you got your own market. Now your market of you entertaining that bullshit is detrimental, but that's your market, so you're gonna entertain it until you dead or in jail. Now your people that you beefing with is dead. Now you facing a case. At least be smart enough to know, all right, shit, I ain't sleep. I know how shit work. It's a format. It's like it's actually a format to how these motherfuckers operate. Years. It's really decades of information on how these motherfuckers been operating for decades, and niggas don't take no heed to this shit if they gonna include themselves in certain acts of violence, whatever, bro. Niggas be knowing it, and then you niggas got songs and music. You know, this shit is being used. This shit is being approved to be used against niggas in court. That's why the capital murder shit came up. Now, this shit took a significant amount of time for it to happen. Doll shit happened in 2021 and was over last year. This shit happened 2020. Nigga just getting booked for capital murder. But the other nigga been booked. So what he think he's saying while he in there? Bro, this shit is not structured and designed for us. It's go like I'm gonna take that shit from Killer Season, because when Cameron says this shit is not structured or designed for us, man. It's a fucking trap, niggas. Y'all niggas just falling into a brainwashed by the music they put out here. They put the music out, a specific amount of a specific type of music that keep niggas brainwashing in that mindset. Cause sometimes I be getting myself like, damn, why the fuck I be so mad? Why the fuck I want to goddamn just beat niggas up all the time? Yeah, it's somewhat because of the type of person I am, but a lot of that shit is the frequencies in the music. But no, sometimes niggas be having you fucked up though. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes niggas be having you fucked up, but to the point of wanting to kill a nigga that used to be your partner type shit, that's some pussy shit for me. You feel me? Unless a nigga stole you or some shit like that. But even then, I let niggas get away with it as long as I get my fade. So I don't understand certain shit, bro. Me as a man, bro. And there's a lot of 65 soft ass shit that go on too. And they
continue to indulge in and encourage the gang activity of his dark past. It seems like he really forgot those wise words of his father, who told him in jail at the very start, just focus on making music about the life you lived and don't continue living it. MO3 truly had a chance to break the cycle, but unfortunately, just like Roy Lee, his pride seemed to get the better of him, where he simply couldn't leave the past where it was. Dallas is a big enough city for more than one big name rapper to exist, but clearly the pain of the past ended up holding everybody back. And even after the death of their biggest rival, it seemed that Yella Beezy and Trapboy Freddy couldn't even move forward from the past positively too. And unfortunately now the added attention that they're getting from the authorities threatens to see them losing everything that they've been working so hard for. And sadly, if they just continue to perpetuate the idea that they're the biggest gangsters in the Dallas music scene, it wouldn't surprise me if the feds come down on the entire operation with a big RICO case, taking down their entire business, legal or otherwise. Unfortunately, this story is another case of...
And this was 2 years ago, and I'm gonna tell you another thing. Hey, I don't even know if this could be my favorite white boy no more, man. I don't even know if that could be one of my new favorite white boys no more. The way he just said that this was 2 years ago, he put all that shit together. He put the information together. And when we was going over it, even before he was finished, I said, this is the information and the evidence that they really be looking for. And it be the internet investigators that put this shit together for, like, y'all need to make these motherfuckers do their job. Y'all actually making it too easy for these motherfuckers because y'all fans of people and shit. But I understand it because y'all be interested in, y'all be fans. But they giving niggas checks for this. It ain't no way they're not giving these people like him checks to do this type of shit years before. You know, like it can't be. Maybe I'm just getting too ahead of myself. Form the call, Vlad, Detective Vlad. I don't know. But I'm always thinking like that. You can't be too careful. And just remember, this is another RNR moment. Get you some rest and relaxation whenever you see this. Home Inc. TV, hustlers on a mission every day. We in the lit house. Whatever you do, make sure you keep the light within you shining bright. You feel me? Hustlers on a mission every day. Again, sponsored by dividendsapparel.com. Remember, whatever you do, make sure you do it capital and create a positive impact today and later. Fuck them haters. Get your paper straight like that. And never forget, real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Hoe ass niggas gonna talk about it. And fuck niggas gonna hate regardless. I promise you that. So do your shit to the fullest, nigga. I don't give a fuck what they think. And you shouldn't either. Signing off right here, man. Yeah. another real nigga reaction every single day.
Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners home, babe, they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission, trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.